Mass Debaters is performed in front of a live
Oh,
social media
so yeah, I ordered
audience.
this one specifically because
We're
I
a
thought you'd like
mature
it.
podcast to talk about mature things. This is definitely not kid friendly. We warned you. Anything that we say about anything is our own personal opinions, not the opinions of anyone else. Any clips we use is not ours. We're just borrowing for the show. Thank you and have a nice day.
Hello. Welcome to Nasty Bitters Presents Brackets. My name is DeAndre Robinson, and thank you, Garage Band, for that. And these are my friends. We got the lovely Kim making her first time appearance on these bracket shows. She's not a really big fan of them, and I'm glad she get to experience this. So Kim, say hi.
Oh, there we go. I was just about to say I'm muted. Hi. For most of y'all, you guys are familiar with me, and Dre is right. Yes, I pretty much stay away from the brackets as much as possible because some of the voters are.
Basura.
I'm trying not to be disrespectful of the same people that support this show, but I'm just like, baby, y'all taste in everything, from music to the taste in everything be a little off, but that's okay. We finna get y'all seasoned with this episode. We finna put some Lowrys on y'all choices and hopefully enlighten you. And if all else fails, at least we tried.
I like Sazon. I'm just like let you know.
Sazon.
Just to let you know. All right. We got my cousin Chris Broadway for the fifth time. Damn near regular. All right, Chris, what's up, buddy?
Peace to the planet. Women's titties matter. Please go get your mammograms and make sure you wear a good bra.
Chris, tell him why. You tell him because I want to make sure everybody knows that you're not some pervert. Just talking about some titties.
Nah, my wife is the curator and owner of the Philly Bra Lady, and a good bra can change a woman's life. Just naturally, from her attitude to pain in her back, and just overall, just her overall appearance. So that's why, especially Black women, titties matter. Her merch is coming out soon. Respect my identity, and we'll go from there. I'll plug her at the end.
All right, and we got my main man Harvey from 3 podcasts. Actually, 2 I definitely listen to on regular. But he's in what's this? Love is Black, Men on the Prize, and Bracket Bastards. Am I missing anything? Got any more?
Nah, man, I ain't got time for anything else after those 3. And I got these kids, and I got life, and but I appreciate it. Yes, Love is Black with the wife. We talk relationships. Men are the prize. We talk men. Bracket Bastards. We talk about whatever the hell we want to. Make a bracket out of it, and then we argue for 2-3 hours about it. Mm-hmm. Fun times are had most of the time, but serious nature. And I'm ready to talk about black, or about whatever we're going to get into. We're going to do it.
So, we are 4 Black people, if you can see it, because obviously some people might listen to this shit. However, though, we do have our resident white person coming on, and Dwayne is coming. Dwayne is coming. He's running a little bit late, so he's going to be when he's going to start out when we do the reviews. However, before we do reviews, we are going to talk about. So this is the top 104 Black movies. Now, I want to make sure I get this right and tell everyone that I did not make the rankings. I want to keep saying this right. I did not make the rankings. You got a problem with the rankings? Rotten Tomatoes.
You had a chance to move them, though.
I did, but that's too much work. I'm already doing all this shit. So, all right,
That's valid. That's valid.
All right. So, Blame Rotten Tomatoes. Now, I did sprinkle in some other movies in there for some people that asked me to. Took some of my stuff out. I took documentaries out as well. But overall, this is a Rotten Tomatoes ranking. So you have any problem with these rankings? Blame Rotten Tomatoes. And also,
I have a question.
Rotten Tomatoes, huh?
I'm sorry, because you said you took out documentaries. Did you also take out biopics?
No.
Or no? Okay.
No, just documentaries. All right. Okay. So, without further ado, we are going to talk about our favorite black movies before we get into the tournament. All right. We got 5 honorable mentions. I'm going to ask them to say all 5 before we get into our top 5. All right. So I'm going to go first, just so everybody knows. All right. So my 5 honorable mentions is, and Chris might hate me for this. If you listen to the 90s bracket that we did a couple days ago, House Party was Chris number 1.
Mm-hmm.
This is my honorable mention. This is honorable mention of mine. House Party. I love House Party. Like I said, me and my brother knew the dance. The whole kid played dance. I know dinner, all the quotes. It's fucking hilarious. So House Party is honorable mention. Booty Call. Booty Call is fucking amazing. It's hilarious. Booty Call is hilarious to me. I don't get it. Nobody say Jamie Foxx is fucking funny. Oh my god. Look at A Fox. Oh my god, that shit is fucking hilarious. All right. So Booty Call is another I'm mentioning. To me, one of the best black superhero movies of all time. Blankman.
Oh, Blankman.
Blankman, yes. And one of the saddest deaths in movie history is not a human, but an old school wash machine in J5. J5 dying is sad. I almost getting a cry. All right, that shit hurt home right here. All right, and these last 2 could really be my top 5. And I'm kind of like, but my top 5 is solid to me. But the last 2 is Lean on Me.
Good movie.
Mm-hmm.
I just posted a clip of that today.
I got a friend named Ron that listens to the show who looks just like Sam's. God on trip.
Oh, you did. God on.
Yeah, Chris knows he looks just like Sam's. And then my last honorable mention is New Jack City. To me, again, people hate when I say this, but to me, New Jack City is probably the greatest gangster movie of all time. To me, I gotta say it to me. Okay. All right, New Jack City. All right, Harvey, give me your honorable mentions. Your 5 honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions. Like we were talking about before we loaded up, I have 6, but I'm just gonna cut one of them out. I'm older than all of you guys, so my movies are gonna be, I guess, a little retro. Be the best way to describe it. One in no particular order. Let's just start with Malcolm X. It's obviously an important film. I remember seeing that's one of the few movies I saw with my family. Like we got up and we went to theater together to watch that. So it meant something. So that's one. Sticking with the same director, Bamboozled. I don't know if any of you have seen Bamboozled.
Yeah, of course.
Bamboozled is the only time I've been to a movie where when the movie was over, everybody got up and they walked the hell out. We had nothing to say. Dead silence. The only time I've ever seen that where people were like, what did I just see? Like we were not confused,
that's a crazy movie.
But were shocked. It's my favorite Spike movie. I love Bamboozle. 3 is Claudine, 1974, year I was born. James Earl Jones before he was doing the voice of Darth Vader, and Diane Carroll. Damn, bad. Like the first black love story I remember ever really seeing is Claudine. If you haven't seen it, it's worth a watch. One of the few times like James Earl Jones is kind of almost a sex symbol, like black man, just kind of love, just kind of like not the fact that he's got the great voice or that he's a big man. It's that he's a successful black man, and it's just like a love story, and it's cool. Number 4 is Foxy Brown. Love Foxy Brown.
Oh my goodness!
It's kind of in that blaxploitation time, but it's probably one of the first times black woman was out there beautiful, and it's not kind of just sexualizing. I mean, kind of, but she was gorgeous, but she will beat your ass without problem.
Ham freaking Greer. Jesus.
Ham Greer.
The rare Ham Greer.
Right. Mm-hmm. And the last one is Sweetback's Badass Song. we haven't had a lot of black directors. So Melvin Van Peebles directed this. It's a film. It's When We're Coming. You talk to Spike Lee, that's one of the directors that influenced him. That's a black film. Obviously, he had a son eventually who's a good actor who is in the movie that you love, which is New Jack, and became a director himself. But those are my 5. Love them.
All right. Cam, give me a 5. You're on mute, baby.
Yeah, I got that. So wait, 5 honorables or 5 choice?
Honorable mentions.
Come back to me. Because y'all messing up my list. So I keep having to delete and remove. Chris,
honorable mentions.
My honorable mentions first, no particular order. We're gonna go with Do the Right Thing. Radio Raheem, one of my guys, you know. Do the Right Thing is just a classic. What can I say? Another one, Soul Food. Big Mama. You know, leaving the damn. She's always told you don't leave that goddamn towel on that stove. It'll burn the damn house down.
Before you keep going, the best version of Soul Food is the Boondocks. I'm just going to do it right now. the best soldier. Did it stop eating? No, they kept doing this shit. Go ahead.
My third honorable mention. Did you shoot me in my? He shot me in my pinky toe. Harlem Nights. It's my third honorable mention. Great cast from top to bottom. All the legends is in there. Red Fox, Eddie Murphy. Who else? Eddie Murphy brothers in it. There's a ton of people.
Robin Harris is in there.
Robin Harris.
Tommy
is in there.
Sunshine.
What's the light skin young lady? She's in there, Joe. So it's a lot.
Jasmine Guy.
Jasmine Guy. Yeah. Love Jones, number 4. Love Jones.
Kim going through it.
We can have ones. We can have ones that are on both lists. It's all good.
Yeah.
Love Jones, classic movie. Nia Long, The Ageless Wonder. Both of them are ageless. To be honest with you, they both look the same as they did then that they do now. Black don't crack. We all know that. And my last one, Sister Act 2. Is Sister Act 2, yeah. We got a all black cast, just about an all black cast, man. Lauryn Hill and her cinematic debut. Of course, the great and wonderful Whoopi Goldberg. It's a whole bunch of people in this movie, man. So that's my 5 honorable mentions.
All right, baby. You have your mentions yet?
I'm lucky. I'm so lucky. I made a list longer, and I was like, I'm just gonna read the ones from top to bottom in case somebody take out my. Y'all.
No.
I don't need that.
You can have the same mentions, like
yeah.
But I mean, like, I want people to hear as many dope black creations as possible.
Indeed,
or at least that's what you know what I mean. So I'm just like, y'all left me with 4. Okay, granted, there's a plethora, but I thought I had enough, so I stopped. Clearly I was wrong. But anyway, The Color Purple is on the list. I'm gonna get some hate, and I do not care. Why did I get married? I put 1 and 2.
Oh, that's good.
So I'm not a big fan of not a big fan of the first one. I love the second one. I'm not
she cased Homie over the head with a wine
bottle. She said, "Did I kill?"
She was just like, I was just like, and that's how you do.
So the first thing y'all say, the first thing y'all say is this motherfucker hit somebody. Like, what kind of violence is that?
Well,
okay, so let's just act like violence is just not a thing. Okay, let's just all be copacetic and pretend that we just what.
Indeed. Go ahead.
If it was a white movie, they would just kill each other. But in black, we just beat each other up and then we let them go. Like,
you're right. Go ahead.
Best Man Holiday and Dreamgirls.
Okay.
I know y'all don't like musicals. I know you don't like Beyonce, but the talent in that entire movie,
Not true.
from beginning to end.
Bullshit. I love musicals. I love Beyonce.
You don't. Okay, you don't like Beyonce. Same, whatever.
But I love musicals.
Well, Jennifer Hudson was the star of the movie.
Yeah, but he can't get past that, so it doesn't matter. Beyonce could have served water in the movie. He was gonna hate it. Dre doesn't care.
Okay.
That character's not meant to be the star. It doesn't matter. I mean, whoever the part that Jennifer Hudson plays, you know.
Harvey, you want to give it a shot to bring him around?
To be honest, I'll say one thing. Can I just say real quick? Was it Chris? Did you mention Love Jones?
Yes.
I don't want to start no ish, and maybe to start some ish. Maybe the most overrated black movie ever.
Overrated?
Love Jones. People were talking to me about that for years because I love Love and Basketball. That's my ish. You got to see Love Jones. You got to see Love Jones. Love Jones is not. It's not. Love and Basketball.
And what is Love and Basketball?
Much
10
better
times in what? What currency? What currency?
It's much better. Cam, if you want, like we could talk about that on a separate.
We might have to.
Love Jones. Can I just say Love Jones is trash? Let me just say trash.
Okay,
and Love Jones is trash. Love and Basketball is the bag in which that trash is in. Okay,
it don't even make sense. It don't even make.
Harvey,
it don't make sense.
Harvey,
I feel you.
Harvey, I was going to tell Kim this later, but but today we got somebody to come on to do best black love movies.
Oh,
so if you want to come on and do, and I will give you Love and Basketball. You can have Love and Basketball.
Okay. Well, hold on. That wouldn't be the movie I would pick, but I'll talk about that. Best black love movies? No, that's not the one. That's not the one. Yeah, but it's one of the best ones. Yeah, it's better than Love Jones.
It's not better than Love Jones. It's not better than Love Jones.
Okay. So we're gonna get to our top five. We're gonna start with number 5. We're gonna do number 5 first. I'm gonna go first. My number 5, and I'm gonna talk about this shit so much and during the fucking tournament because what happened to this fucking movie was the fucking worst shit ever made in life. My number 5, Michael Jackson, Diana Ross, Nipsey Russell, The Wiz. The Wiz. I will go down saying that The Wiz is better than The Wizard of Oz. I will go down saying probably The Wiz is probably one, if not the best, one of the best musicals of all time. All right? The songs are better. The songs are great. The story is better. The reimagining of The Wizard of Oz is fucking amazing. So, my number 5, and again, spoiler, I'm gonna get pissed off as soon as I say that matchup. But my number 5 is The Wiz. All right, Harvey, number 5.
My number 5 is a combination of the thing we black people love most. We love music and we love kung fu, which means The Last Dragon is my number 5. Give me Berry Gordy putting out a soundtrack. Give me Ty Mott kicking butt. I will watch that anytime from any point. I will listen to that soundtrack. I will listen to the Bard singing. I will listen to Vanity. There's nothing wrong with that movie. It's so good. And it's as black as it gets.
Who's the master?
Damn.
Chris, number 5.
My number 5 is one of the greatest to me, biopics and also musical biopics that was ever created to me, and that is Little Richard. That is one of my favorite.
Leon. Oh shit.
Leon. Leon does nothing bad, but one of the greatest musical compositions and narration through a whole entire biopic, and it's accurate, man, of Little Richard's life and existence in this world, man. It nominated for so many awards, Emmy, NAACP, but Leon did his thing in that.
All right, Cam, number 5.
I feel like after hearing your choices, everybody be like, "What the fuck?" But it is what it is. My number 5 is Players Club.
I love Players Club. Okay. I know. No. I love Players Club.
It has a special place in my heart, and you can't nobody tell me nothing. Okay, I will watch it all week.
Okay. Yeah. All right, Harvey.
A for horses.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Players Club.
$1 bill.
Dollar Bill.
Okay.
Shut
Hey, listen,
down.
I
Shut
respect
down.
that. To me,
Shut
that's Ice Cube's best movie. That's his best one. I love
Yeah.
Friday, but Players
That
Club,
song
I think,
just
is better. That's me. That's the one. Wow. All right. So we doing number 4?
Number 4.
Okay.
Harvey.
Number 4 for me is Do the Right Thing. It's a classic. It's not my favorite Spike, but I think it's the most impactful film that he's probably done because it hit, and it truthfully got no respect. But it's a phenomenal film. It's the black struggle from the black point of view, a young black director talking about it. It's Spike at his best, his early best. So soundtrack is fire. I love everything about that movie.
Chris, number 4.
My number 4 goes to Black Panther. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. What's the director name? Somebody help me out. Ryan
Coogler.
Ryan Coogler did an amazing job, man, just on the historical facts of just black culture in Africa, man. Him actually going to Africa and being in the bush. I think he was in the bush for 75 days. Won so many awards. The sequel's about to be crazy. Can't wait for that. But Black Panther, man, it has a special place in my heart, man. Especially my favorite part of that movie is when Killmonger is standing there and he's like, "Go ahead, ask me." And one of the grandfathers asked him who he is, and he said, "Hey, auntie." And they didn't really expect like him to be an actual, have a line of succession to become Black Panther. But that's neither here nor there. That's one of my favorite movies. So that's my number 4.
If you haven't seen the trailer for the second Black Panther movie,
it's crazy.
Go fucking watch it right now.
Pause
us and then come back and go watch the fucking trailer. That trailer is fucking amazing. Right?
It's amazing.
Do that. But if you haven't seen the trailer, do not buy a ticket for the first weekend. You don't deserve to be there.
Exactly.
You just gonna get in the way. Like, just go the second weekend.
All right, Cam, number 4.
Okay, I want to preface this by saying his choice is actually higher on my list, so we ain't gonna end up talking about it again.
That's cool.
Now another for some people will be questionable. Some people like, it doesn't count as a black movie, but the black delegation has already claimed this movie, so therefore it is. Roger and Hammerstein's Cinderella, with Brandy as Cinderella and Whitney Houston as the fairy godmother.
I'll take that.
For a young black woman, that movie has been a part of my life, will always be a part of my life, and it will be, if I have offspring, will be a part of their life.
It's possible.
There's nothing you can't say to me about that. That is my number 4.
It's an amazing movie. Actually, probably one of the best versions of Cinderella, period. My number 4, I thought was a biopic. You couldn't tell me when I was younger it wasn't a biopic. I thought the motherfucker was real. All right,
it is real.
It's based off. No, it's a reimagining of a group, but it's not a biopic. All right, my mom nicknamed me and my brother JT and Duck because of this movie. My number 4 is the 5 Heartbeats.
5 Heartbeats.
5 Heartbeats. One of the best music group movies of all time. Like it's so fucking good. Like the music for this music. Patti LaBelle helped write most of the the song that wasn't. Patti LaBelle helped write most of that shit. So it's a fucking amazing goddamn movie. Yeah, go ahead.
I have a question. Is because please remember, for the people listening, watching, you guys, I grew up removed and had to learn this after in my adulthood. Is that the nice like this? Is that
yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure my memory was not mixing it up with anything else. Got you. Okay.
Yes. So my number 4 is Robert Townsend, The 5 Heartbeats. All right. Chris, number 3.
My number 3, straight to the point. It was in a lot of it was in my top 5 last time, but it's my number 3 now, and that's House Party. You know, fresh off a cop's ass, and you're making me homesick. You know what I'm saying? Robin Harris, you know, Kid Play, Full Force, Tashina Arnold, Martin. It's so many people. Groove, I forget his name. He passed away some time ago, but it's just a great movie, man. What's his name? My cry 2 tears in the bucket. Fuck it, let's take it to the stage. George Clinton. George Clinton is in the movie. So this is a great movie, man, and it's nothing. You know, I know every word. I've seen it 500, 600 times. I used to fall asleep to it every single night. Watch it 3-4 times in a row. Like it's one of my favorite movies.
So I didn't know for House Party they had a white following.
Me neither. Until I found out like that at the last bracket show. Yeah. I found that out. That was actually very surprising.
I did not know they had a white following, but it does. Like it really do. So shout out to House Party.
Is it bad that my brain was like, where they following? Where they going? My brain was like, where are you going? Like,
all right, Cam, number 3.
My number 3 is Get Out.
Okay.
I feel like it's newer, but undeniably made a stamp on Black culture.
Yes.
And there's no going back. Like there's like now that it's out, soon as we see a teacup, as soon as you go into the family house, it's where dudes like don't get out. you seen them like it's like immediately became a reference. Like it was like passed all tests and was accepted like first week out, like no question. And rightfully so. Okay. So yeah, Get Out by Jordan Peele.
Yeah. So Cam knows this, and Emily's will watch it. And Emily's white, and I told her from jump, if I meet your mom and she has a spoon and a fucking cup, I'm knocking that shit out of your hand. I wasn't playing. I wasn't playing. I'm knocking that shit right out of here. Right out of here. The thing about Jordan Peele, though, I will say this, and people won't hate me for this, but his movies did downgrade for a little bit. Get Out was fucking amazing. Us is good.
Us is amazing.
Us is not better than Get Out. I want to say that right now. It's not better.
No, it's not better than Get Out, but
Us is not better than Get Out.
I would say is
I don't know.
A lateral. I would say it's a latethink
I'm like, it's just different. Like, what's the point of making the same type of stuff? Like,
no, you're right. You're right. But I think me personally think that Get Out was better. And then Us is a little bit down, but Nope. I watched Nope. It wasn't bad, but it's not Us and Get Out. But Nope is.
I haven't seen Nope. I was waiting on friends like, we're gonna see it together, and then waiting on them, it never happens. But I'm gonna go see it. But what I will say is, when Us came out and when Get Out came out, a lot of people were like, oh, it was just okay because they didn't understand what the hell they saw. And then you see all the replays and the people that like, this is what, look at this, and then they're like, oh, and then all of a sudden everybody loves the movie. So that's why I was like, until I see it for myself.
What? No. And I always tell people, don't listen. People like me and fucking Rotten Tomatoes, fuck them and fuck us. Go watch it yourself. Make your own shit.
Hit him with the Reading Rainbows. Don't take my word for it.
All right. My number 3. Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. That's my number 3. To me, probably Harvey gonna hate this, and older Black people gonna hate this too. But it's the best parody of all time. To me, this is the best parody movie of all time. Now again,
the Uzi with the
and I'm not the biggest Wayne Brothers fan, but I think it's better than I'm gonna get you sucker. I think it's better than I'm gonna get you sucker. I think it's better than Scary Movie. I've got any other fucking parody movies. But it's one of the best. And again, I will say this: that you probably won't get it if you don't watch hood movies.
It's definitely a cultural phenomenon.
Yeah, so you gotta watch hood movies to understand the reference in that movie. But it is one of the listen, it's one of the funniest movies of all time to me. God, it's true. When we do comedy movies, so soon bracket, that's gonna be my top 5, hands down. All right, so don't be a menace.
I think I just figured out what I'm gonna be for Halloween.
Loke dog.
Loke. All right, Harvey, number 3.
We've mentioned it already, so I'm gonna stick with it. But it's my second favorite Robert Townsend film. It's 5 Heartbeats. We love a black story about black musicians. We like to see the struggle because we love the music, and the music always hits us differently. There's so much more behind our music, and a lot of it is the story, and it just fit. It I don't know. We relate. We love the Jacksons. We watched that. There's so many. The Temptations. We love those. This was the really first good one that I saw. And aside from Hollywood Shuffle, 5 Heartbeats is my favorite Robert Townsend. So that's my number 3.
And Robert Townsend also did Little Richard as well. He directed Little Richard as well.
So
I was just gonna say he does not get the love he deserves.
He does not. He does.
The people who know do. The people who know give him love, but most of the people don't.
No.
Every black director knows. Yeah.
I do want to tell some people this when we get to the bracket. Miniseries did not count, so you won't see Jackson 5 American Dream, and you won't see the Temptation miniseries because it's a miniseries. Even though it probably should be on here, but they're not on there. Okay, so miniseries doesn't count. All right.
New edition.
New edition as well. Anyway, Cam, number 2.
Number 2 is the repeat I already warned you guys about is Black Panther. Because aside from my top pick, which was, a whole different ball game, the wave that it created, like I was one of those people in the theater dressed up and I was not alone. Made a whole bunch of new black friends in a town I've been lived in and didn't know them. How? Like it just, there's things that we rally for, but to that level, it was just like, hold on. I was just like, if only we would use this power for something else. But I was like, it's just nice to see every once in a while. Like I was just like, okay. Everybody came out. Everybody came out. Like, even if you didn't want to see it, you saw it anyway. Like, it was that level of like the whole black community just decided, we finna support and killed it like that. Like, and then for the movie to be so well done, it's not even like, we support it just because he's black. It was so fucking well done, breaking records. And like, as you were saying, he did so much research to make sure that Africa as a whole, different countries were all represented in different ways from the, it is art. Every level, the music, the costumes, everything was just straight up artwork. It was,
Masterpiece Chadwick.
Obviously, yes. I was like, obviously, I'm just looking forward to the second that's coming out. But the first alone, I literally used to put it on to go to sleep for the longest time. Like, I know it word for word.
So let's not forget that album was fire. That soundtrack, is fucking
curated by Kendrick Lamar.
Shout out to Kendrick. Shout out to Kendrick. That album, that soundtrack is fucking fire. Like, so yeah. So my number 2, it was said by Chris in our mentions, but my number 2 is Harlem Nights. Harlem Nights. Just think about, if you're black, you know this, but just think about all the legends in Harlem Nights. Okay, the legends. Rest in peace to most of them, but the legends: Eddie, Richard, Fox, Tommy. Damn, I can go on and on. Jasmine Guy. Even White or
Della Reese.
Della Reese, mistouched by the angel herself, was cursing her ass off. All right. And then even the white people that in that movie was legends. Actually, I forgot the name, but the ultimate bad guy. He used to do, like, he was a big time actor. So like that movie is fucking amazing, and it's funny as shit. It's funny as a motherfucker, and it's quotable. Well, shoot my Pikachu. There it is.
Yes, it is. One of the very most quotable black movies.
So Harlem Nights is my number 2. Fucking amazing movie. Harvey, number 2.
I was really, I don't know. We did this list a while back. I was really debating between 1 and 2, but in the end, I had to go with number 2 for me is Shaft. It's one of the best black films. It's seriously, it's still in that black exploitation phase. The only kind of issue I have with it is finally it's a black lead, a black man lead. To me, he was honestly the first kind of black superhero I kind of saw. To me, black man taking care of business. It was a bit misogynistic, so we weren't perfect. You know, we had to make our way past that. But still, not only was the movie amazing, the soundtrack is even more amazing. That's an Oscar-winning soundtrack right there. It's black film. It made me happy to see it. Black people behind the camera, on everywhere. I would take Richard Roundtree in Shaft any day. So that's my number 2.
All right, Chris, number 2.
My number 2 is a classic black fucking movie, and that's Friday After Next. Another quotable fucking movie in the black culture, man. Ice Cube, Mike Epps, who else was in it? Pops, may he rest in peace. You know, he's my favorite line from that movie is what do you say? I started this barbecue shit, and this is the motherfucking thanks I get.
So that's good, make you wanna smack your mama.
Ain't that right, Willie? But
yeah.
But yeah, it's just a great movie. Of course, it's the trilogy of third movie to the Friday trilogy, and you know, I hope they one day do one more Friday, bring everybody back. It probably never happened, but this was wishful thinking. But that's my number 2, Friday After Next.
They thought about it, and Chris said if Q pays him, because he didn't pay him a lot for the first one, he would do the fourth one. However, though, I don't know if it's going to do it because, I mean, Robert Witherspoon passed away. I'm not sure if they really want to with that. But
right.
All right, going number 1 now. It's on me. My number 1 is my favorite movie of all time. My favorite movie of all time. I can quote it from Billy to Nah. I know the whole fucking I know the whole fucking movie. I know the whole movie, and that's Coming to America. Coming to America is the great, to me, the funniest movie I've ever seen in my life. The greatest movie I've seen. Like, and I'm being biased because like it's probably one of the first movies I ever watched too. But it's fucking amazing. It's fucking great. The cast for that is fucking amazing. Now the cast is not as great as Harlem Night.
It's good,
but the casting of that is fucking amazing as well. All right, it's very, very quotable. One of the most quotable black movies of all time. Good morning, my neighbors.
Yes, fuck you too.
All right. Oh my god! In the cameo, some people don't realize was in it. Samuel Jackson was in it. Cuba Gooding Jr. didn't say shit, but he was in it. Like they. It was so like, oh my goodness! It was and at the time. Coming to America was the Black Panther of the 80s.
Yes.
Of the 80s. And people we went out to go see it. They love seeing royalty, black royalty, and all that kind of good stuff. Yo, it was fucking amazing. And I always wanted my birthday to be like his in the beginning. I want my royal penis to be clean. I'm looking at that. I'm telling the truth.
I was shaking my head, but at the same time, I was like, he's royal. It's not just like that's every day. Like,
yeah, that's right. Good call, man.
Yeah, and they went back to trading places as well with Murmur with back. So yeah,
they were really supposed to do another one. It just didn't work out. Yeah, so, that was supposed to happen.
So yeah, Coming to America is my number 1 movie of all time. My number 1 movies of black movies.
That ain't nothing but an ultra perm.
It's juice and berries. All right, Harvey, go ahead. Number 1.
We said it. it's gonna be mentioned. It always will be. The Wiz is my number one. It's not the best black musical. I mean, because I saw Dreamgirls like on Broadway. I saw the original. That is the best one. That's singing. That's life changing. That's some serious ish. But The Wiz is ridiculous. MJ, Diana, Nipsey, Ted Ross, Mabel King. Like it's every time I watch it, like I can't even watch The Wizard of Oz without. To me, I always reach back, like, oh, that's not what they did in that one, even though The Wiz came afterwards. But in terms of black, it's star power, it's music, it's my number one. With it's the way it should be, man.
The Wiz, even before she got to the Land of Oz, she was doing well. I see black people doing well. She was a teacher in New York, doing well. So I love The Wiz. All right, Chris, number one.
My number one is very unconventional. This may not even be on anybody's list, but is one of the funniest movies to me, and it just depicts to me what black culture is, and that's The Wood.
Oh my God,
The Wood is one of my favorite, my absolute favorite black movie of all time. Solid cast. It's about brotherhood. And everybody can put themselves in that position, male or female, with a group of friends. You dig what I'm saying? Doing wild and crazy things when you're young, or meeting friends in odd kind of ways. I love The Wood. That's one of my favorite. And of course, it shows Sanaa Lathan, all grown up at the end. And all those actors also were in movies together. Was in Brown Sugar and Basketball. The best man, Loving Basketball. So it's almost like a some type of spin-off from all of those different movies. So that's my favorite movie of all time, black movie.
So God is Truth. The Wood been like my sixth. I don't mention it was right there. It was.
The Wood is amazing, man.
Also, I'm not gonna lie, and Senna knows this. When Senna got married, and I was best man, I literally stole the basic damn near the whole The Wood speech at the end. I did. I mean, stand up. Me and Russia and Senna stand up. This is from the brothers. I stole the whole man for the Wiz. Oh my God!
Wow.
All right, Cam, number one.
Okay. These are the moments where I feel like I don't need to be on the show, because me and Dre are too alike in a lot of ways, especially when it comes to black stuff. Coming to America is my number one. I will be 60 years old, and Coming to America will be just as good. It's from beginning to end, like even the like,
what is this, Velvet?
This is nice.
Literally, even when I'm playing Monopoly, I go, that'll be $6. Like literally, it's ingrained in my life. Like all of the lines are ingrained in my life.
Joe Louis is 176 years old.
176 years old.
Listen, we about to recite
Rocky
this whole
Marciano
movie.
still whooped his ass.
Fuck you.
Here we go with Rocky Marciano.
Fuck you.
Who's next?
That's the one. That's the one. Rocky Marciano was good, but hitting Joe Louis, Rocky Marciano ain't shit. He beat Joe Louis' ass.
Oh my God, y'all gonna make me put this on when I'm done. But
I am.
Listen, like if I could have a birthday theme, I would, and believe if people would actually do it. Like if I had friends that would actually commit, this would be the perfect birthday theme. Like literally, pick a character when you RSVP, and that's you when you walk in. That birthday party would be lit. Like I can't think of
Randy
nothing
Watson.
Better.
Give me Randy Watson.
Jackson Heights. Oh,
yeah, like you got, and I mean everybody, even down to is it Huey, Stewie, whatever. At the with the first week it's mopping floors, next week it's the fries. Like
Anderson,
which obviously was
Louis
listen
Anderson.
quoted by Kanye. Like this,
Mhm.
I can go on all day. I don't need to because y'all already know. Like this is
Great movie.
it's it. It's it.
It's a great movie.
All right, so that was our top 5 and our mentions. If you want to let us know what your top 5 are, please let us know. We would love to know what your top 5 are. Okay. With that being said, let me bring on this our designated white person.
Ta-da!
Everybody say hello to Dwayne. All right.
Dwayne.
What up?
Sorry,
Now
I
we
was
can get
late.
federal
I
funding.
was out here trying to get all this paper.
All right, Dwayne. If you want to say a couple of yours, you definitely can. You can cover yours.
Honorable mention that wasn't on the list, and it's kind of arguable whether or not it's actually a black film. I feel like it is The Cellist with Jamie Foxx. He has such an amazing performance in that movie that, you know, it may not really fit like the black movie thing, but damn it if that is not an amazing film. And then I'll just run down my top 3 real quick. The Wiz, The Last Dragon, and then Coming to America, because I'm coming to your party dressed up as the old white dude in the barbershop.
All right, so now we'll get into the tournament. Now, again, this is 104. I'm gonna go through every matchup. If you have something to say about it, please do say something about it. I mean, this is definitely a conversation. Please do. Okay.
I am going to shit on a few of these. I'm not going to lie to you.
Please do, because some needs to be. All right. Again, I want to make sure I say this now. Again, I said at the beginning, but what's at the end? I did not make these matchups. So whatever happens. It's not on me. Okay. All right. That being said, let's start this. We got the play-in games. You got play-in. We got Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood versus The Last Dragon.
That's a tough matchup already in the play-in.
Yeah,
Okay.
that don't need to be a play-in, man.
Right?
The Last Dragon should have had a bye at some point. For it to have to fight to get in is crazy. Crazy.
So, The Last Dragon wins by 59% of the votes.
Wow.
I'll go first. Fuck that. Listen, Don't Be a Menace is fucking amazing. I love Don't Be a Menace. All right. Listen, I love that Last Dragon too. And shout out to CJ because we went to Vegas this year. He made me watch Last Dragon like 6 times and in the hotel. Like, God of truth, he put that shit on repeat. All right. I love that Last Dragon. I do think that Don't Be a Menace is a funnier movie. I think the content is better. To me, it's better. Just to me. But obviously I'm wrong compared to everybody else. So Last Dragon wins. It is what it is.
Which movie has better kung fu, The Last Dragon or Don't Be a Menace?
So The Last Dragon does.
Yeah.
Last Dragon does.
Clearly.
However,
Which one has the glow?
get the fuck out of here. All right, listen. The Last Dragon wins. Next playing game is I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, 1988 versus Undercover Brother, 2002.
Undercover Brother
No.
was people sleep on Undercover Brother.
Yes, they
People
did.
sleep on Undercover Brother.
And yes, they did.
People sleep on Undercover.
Yes, they did.
Man.
Because I'm Gonna Get You Sucker wins by 57% of the votes.
Listen,
And
that's
it's a
that
show.
8%.
I met Denise Richards once in the Vegas airport. She bought me a beer.
Oh, very nice.
She asked me what my favorite movie of hers was, and she was waiting for me to say Wild Things. And I said Undercover Brother, and she looked at me like, "Dude, what?" I'm like, I'm telling you.
Black man's kryptonite. That's what you should have referred to as.
Devil.
So I'm Gonna Get You Sucker did win by 57% of the vote. All right. So let me get to the tournament. We got number 1, Moonlight, 2016 versus number 100, Do the Right Thing, 1989.
Moonlight gonna get smoked.
No, it's not.
Do the Right Thing wins by 65% of the votes.
I don't
Do
think
the Right Thing should win.
Smoking though? I don't know.
And Amanda, I'm prepared to be pissed. I'm trying to like drink. I'm trying to eat. I'm trying to, because I already know it's going to be crazy. But yes.
Number 2, Get Out, 2017 versus number 99, the Meteor Man, 1993. Get Out wins by 78% of the votes.
What? This should have been 90.
Now we're getting to smoking.
See, but Meteor Man's better than that, though.
Better than what?
Better than getting whooped like that. I
No,
actually
it's
like
not.
Meteor Man a lot. I don't feel like it should have won, but it's a good movie.
Not
Martin.
against Get Out.
Not
If
against
it was
Get
lined,
Out.
if it was lined up against something else, but to be lined up against Get Out,
That's like
It
putting the
gets
Last
smoked.
Dragon in the playing round.
Like
I mean,
if it
come
was
on.
against Love Jones, it should have been closer because that would have been more of a fair fight.
That's
But
fair.
no,
What?
other than that,
I'm with Dwayne. It should have been closer to me. Me personally.
Chris, you heard that?
Yeah.
Shot fired. Like,
God, you keep shooting that love, Jones.
that sounds like, did anybody hear that? Like, I was just like, that was a bad. Like,
I'm in danger.
Number 3, Black Panther 2018 versus number 98, South Central 1992. Black Panther wins by 75% of the votes.
just 75.
Just 75.
This is why I don't come on this. This is why I don't do brackets like this, because that percentage, these percentages is telling you something. Like,
have
who
you
is
seen
these 25
Central,
people?
It shows you the troll
So-
vote.
But South Central not a bad movie.
South Central is an excellent film, though.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
It's not.
But
Black
again,
Panther,
against
though.
what it's against, it's like,
But you think
what,
it should be
what
more?
are we even talking
Yes.
about? Like,
No,
You think it should be
No.
more than 75%?
No.
Against
South
Black
Central-
Panther?
really
Oh
good.
my! Oh
See, the
no!
problem, you're not.
No.
Nah, you're really
No.
diminishing. South Central is a really good movie.
South Central is a good movie. All I'm saying is go watch it. That's what I'm saying. Go watch it.
Yeah,
All right.
it's a really good movie. Yeah.
Number 4, Friday, 1995 versus number 97, Blankman, 1994. On Facebook, Friday
Oh my
won.
God.
Friday won by 100% of the votes.
Damn.
so
Goodness.
Friday wins by 90% of the votes. I don't like that at all. Like, I think it should be closer. Look, I'm doing.
See, that's how it's
Yeah.
smoked. That's a good smoke.
That's smoking right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Blankman's shoes are hanging from the power lines right now.
All right. Number 5, Love and Basketball, 2000 versus number 96, Ali, 2001. Love and Basketball wins by 64% of the vote
You damn right. You damn right.
against Ali.
Yep.
what was the percentage?
Yes,
It went by how much?
64% of the vote. On Twitter, it was 65%.
4%.
On Twitter, it was 65%. On Facebook, it was 64%.
Was this vote before or after the slap?
It was after.
Oh, by a lot.
Slap ain't got nothing to do with it. Yeah, nothing to do with it.
Ali.
No, I mean for
I'm
me.
sorry.
Wow.
Well, no,
No.
for you, yes. You've already committed your love to Love and Basketball. We already.
No.
He-
He hates Will Smith.
That's not even the
He
point.
hates-
No,
Listen,
I hate Will Smith. With
He
an
hates Will
absolute-
Smith. Me and
Yeah.
Harvey
You
went
need to
on-
read his book. If you hate Will
Yeah.
Smith, you need to read his book.
Harvey and I went on a
I
different
guarantee
podcast.
you to change your perspective on Will Smith.
No, it won't.
He hates
But
Yes,
I'll read it
Hold on,
anyway.
It's a great
sorry.
read. It's a long read, but it's a great read.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Say it.
Did you wait? Do you have a clap on?
You
Oh,
legit
yeah,
have a
I'm-
clapper in your room.
Yes, I do. I'm
That
like
is the
yourself.
laziest shit in the world.
It's actually not a clapper.
I didn't even know you could still get it. That's why I was
What?
just like,
Amazon.
It's not actually the clapper. He just claps twice, and then Jeffrey turns his light on for him.
Anyway, listen.
Monster
Listen. Me and Harvey and
Yeah,
I
I
went
get that.
on a different podcast to debate Will Smith.
And I should have been on that podcast because
Yeah, I should have been
I am
on
the
that.
chief defender of Will Smith. We have to protect Will Smith at all costs. Next
I don't
time,
know about
you know
all
what?
that.
My next record will be Nightmare on Elm Street for Will Smith.
On my street?
Look,
On my street, my bad. Or I'm gonna have parents that just don't understand, or I'm gonna have something up here. I'm gonna have something up here that's gonna be Will Smith next time on this.
I don't know about all of that.
Like Tyson or
I mean,
whatever.
I'm down to come to the siblings.
It's
I don't know about all that where he can do no wrong. However, to discredit Will Smith, who has a list of amazing work longer than my
Box
arm.
office Will.
Like, because
Summertime
I literally
Will.
was just like, you know what? Some of the movies Will Smith was in, even though I wouldn't consider them black movies, even those I wanted to bring up because I'm just like, there are certain movies he's done, like, again, culture. Like, that's I'm just like, well, some of we'll get to that because some of them I don't consider Will Smith movies because, like, fine, we're in a rabbit hole. Bad Boys is a Will Smith movie, but I wouldn't call it a Will Smith movie because him and Martin together made Bad Boys what it is. So I'm not gonna give him all the credit and call it a Will Smith. I'm thinking of like Pursuit of Happyness. I'm thinking about stuff like that where clearly Will Smith is like carrying the entire movie essentially by himself, and done more than once. That's why I'm just like, it's like when someone doesn't like Beyonce, like Dre, but you can't like.
I respect her work.
That's what I was about to say. Can you at least respect the work?
I respect her work
because I'm just like the level of talent. You don't gotta like, but you gotta admit that the talent is high echelon talent. Like that's.
We'll get to that later. We'll get to that. We got to keep going. All right.
Let's not forget Will Smith is a gangster. He is former JBM. Let's not get that twisted either. I think that slap was from nowhere. No, that was a JBM slap.
Number 6, John Q, 2002, versus number 95, A Low Down Dirty Shame, 1994.
I love Low Down Dirty Shame.
John Q. Low Down, but I'm going with John Q.
John Q wins by 76% of the vote.
That's tough. I love Low Down Dirty Shame.
That's a smoke.
John Q at a young age had me thinking, if health insurance don't pay for it, somebody will, baby.
I ain't gonna lie.
All right. Number 7, What's Love Got to Do with It? 1993. Versus number 94, Four Color Girls, 2010. What's Love Got to Do with It wins by 88% of the vote.
I don't want you.
I support the vote. I will also say to this day, when I think of For Color Girls, all I think of is Michael Ealy making the reference in
Think Like a Man.
Think Like a Man, like, oh, it's a movie and then the guy throws a kid out. Like it's little things like that bring me joy. So I just want to put that in there.
I don't want you.
Amanda, you are correct. Angela Bassett is the queen of everything. I love her.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, she is. Number 8, Juice, 1992, versus He Got Game, 1998.
Get smoked. Pow.
Juice on Facebook alone won by 95% of the vote.
Get the what?
However, He Got Game did win on Twitter by 54% of the votes, but Juice won by 70% of the overall votes.
Who doesn't like a redemption story?
Juice is a better film.
Get the fuck out of
No.
Better
No,
film.
sir.
I done said it's better. That He Got Game?
Sir. No, sir. Jesus.
Better story. Better
While
story.
you guys argue that, really quick, someone help me because I have brain farts all the time. The movie where Chris Rock, it's a hood black movie where Chris Rock is a crackhead. What movie is that?
New Jack City.
New Jack City should have been against Juice. I wanted to see that vote.
Well, I mean, New Jack City's coming up, but I mean,
they're probably on the same side
in my
of the bracket.
mind, as far as for like, those are the kind of things I wanted to see in this bracket that are not happening. But I just wanted to put that on there.
Number 9, Harlem Nights, 1989, versus number 92, Notorious, 2009. Harlem Nights wins by 79% of the votes.
That's cool.
Yeah, like nobody's gonna argue with that. Biggie was dope, but the movie was okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Number 10. I want to post this. Number 10, Poetic Justice, 1993, versus number 91, Why Do Fools Fall in Love, 1998.
Frankie Lyman.
Poetic Justice wins by 68%.
Frankie Lyman movie, that Why Do Fools Fall in Love, is one of the great musical biopics as well. It's very underrated.
Underrated. It is really underrated. I would definitely say that.
And Lawrence Tate is excellent in that as well.
He really is. Number 11, The Wood, 1999, versus number 90, I Could Do Bad All By Myself,
Get smoked.
2009. The Wood wins by 82% of the votes.
Get smoked.
82. Number 12, The Preacher's Wife, 1996, versus number 89, Think Like a Man, 2012. On Twitter, The Preacher's Wife wins by 53% of the vote.
Okay, that's close.
That was close.
On Facebook, Think Like a Man won by 71% of the votes, which means that it wins by 59%.
These damn millennials. These damn millennials.
You guys can say all you want. That was a good movie. Like, yeah, I know
Think
the
Like a
book
Man
all
was
the
a
people
great
with
movie?
I said good. I didn't say great. Don't be putting words in my mouth. I know that the book and the whole like platform pissed everyone with penises off. I get it. But if you take a step back, it was a good movie. It was a good movie.
But it's not true. You know, you could tell there's a nice platform to pander to a certain group of non-penis having people. Steve clearly don't. Steve is not a fan of men. He's a fan of people who will just take what he says as fact.
Steve is a fan of money.
Yeah.
He's not. He's a fan of money. He's not a fan of men.
Who do you think is buying these books?
That's exactly his point. How easy it is tear down men. A certain group will watch who will buy the book and talk about it and then get on his show and ask him questions. He's been divorced 40 times. And I need advice from him about how I can find a good man.
And his current wife don't like him.
Oh my God.
Look, you say listen, but it's still the book. He wrote a book. Book turned into a movie.
Yeah.
Movie came into a sequel. It worked.
Making money. Respect the hustle. Respect the hustle.
Yeah, he's not iconic. He just knows how to make money. He knows who he's talking to.
All right. Number 13, Life, 1989, versus number 88, Friday After Next.
Oh my God! Hold up, no, this is way too early. This is way too early for this.
I'm not gonna lie.
Let me just say something real quick.
Go ahead.
Outta Pappy.
Right, thank you. Outta Pappy. Like that's what I was just. I'm sorry, but baby,
Life wins by 75% of the votes.
Whoa,
Outta Pappy.
This is way too early for this. Hold up.
So
that
sorry
hurt me a little bit.
Chris.
My favorites get knuckled up like.
I love both of these movies, but damn, that's an early fucking rumble.
That's what I'm like. Why all of a sudden it be like trash mashup, trash mashup, trash mashup?
You're gonna get
really
these.
fucking hard. Like
you're gonna get these. You're gonna get these. All right, listen. Because I'm not gonna lie, this is a trash mashup. I'm not gonna lie to you. But number 14, Boyz in the Hood, 1991, versus number 87, All About the Benjamins, 2002.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we know what wins. Let's move on.
Yeah.
You could have put your microwave in that match. It would have done the same.
Boyz in the Hood wins by 96% of the votes. It got 100 spot on Facebook.
Shocking.
The way it should be.
Number 15, Menace to Society, 1993, versus number 86, How Stella Got Her Groove Back, 1998.
That's a tough matchup, though.
I think Stella put up a fight, though, right?
Nope. Menace to Society wins.
Can I ask a question?
Menace to Society wins by 74% of the votes.
Please tell me that Dead Presidents is on this list.
I think so. I gotta keep going. All right. But Menace to Society wins by 74% of the votes.
Don't get too comfortable with Dead Presidents, bro. You know.
Great movie.
I'm just gonna say that.
Great movie.
Right. Number 16, The Best Man, 1999, versus number 85, Boomerang, 1992.
Ooh.
Boomerang wins by 83% of the vote.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. I'm shocked.
You say what?
Cam, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm shocked that it's so wide of a margin.
No, I'm not.
I'm so wide of a margin.
I am fucking not. Boomerang is a fucking amazing show.
Damn right.
Boomerang
I'm
is
not saying
better than.
I am not saying.
Yes, it is.
I am not saying I'm so like Boomerang is a great movie. We know this, okay? But I feel like people take the movies that are like, I don't know, based in relationship, love, whatever, and they always undercut those. Cause I'm like these are the ones that should have been 60 something, 40 something, and what the hell? What is happening? That's why I don't do these brackets.
She's getting stressed out.
Yeah, stressing me
breathe.
out. So I was just
Breathe, baby,
the
breathe,
math
breathe.
is not mathing. Oh my god.
Breathe.
Okay.
All right. Number 17, Straight Outta Compton, 2015. Versus number 84, Hustle and Flow, 2005. Straight Outta Compton wins by 69% of the votes.
Should have been larger. Not gonna lie.
And I thought that would have been closer.
Should have been larger. I know it's hard out here for a pimp, but they ain't got shit on NWA.
Yeah, I mean, and I agree that the winner should have won. I'm surprised it didn't get voted closer than that.
Number 18, New Jack City, 1991, versus number 83, Hollywood Shuffle, 1987. New Jack City wins by 88% of the vote.
Wow, Hollywood Shuffle is a great fucking movie.
It really is.
See, and I think some of that comes from the age thing. Where
It should
like,
be
watching movies in the 80s, then you
a lot of the age stuff. Yeah.
Number 19, Lean on Me, 1989, versus number 82, The Brothers, 2001. Lean on Me wins by 93% of the vote.
That's cool. I'll take that.
It got a 100 spot on Facebook.
I'm the head jigger in charge.
I would also thank you for using Jigga.
Let's go.
I would also like to say this is one of the moments where I wanted Lean on Me to go something against like Sister Act. Like I wanted like
well, I mean, it's gonna get harder. It's gonna get harder. Waiting to Exhale, number 20, Waiting to Exhale, 1995, versus number 81, CB4, 1994. Waiting to Exhale wins by 52% of the votes.
Wow,
barely. Like
that
it
was
survived.
close.
It survived.
Wow, straight out of Locas.
Crazy motherfucker named Gusto.
Because your wife so big. No, Mike, your cat. I
will fuck your mom, but the bitch is too fat. I love CB4.
Just panties is all
but I'm ripping. All right, listen. Number 21, Soulful, because I can rap that shit all day. That and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all. I'm not black, and I'm black, and I'm black, y'all. That's my shit. Number 21, Soulful, 1997, versus number 80, Drumline, 2002. Ooh. Soulful wins by 62% of the votes.
Should have been bigger.
Yeah.
Drumline is a good movie. I ain't gonna sleep on Nick Cannon like that. It's a good feel good underdog story. Everybody loves a good underdog story.
I feel like Drumline is a good movie. Like Pitch Perfect is a good movie.
I love Pitch Perfect.
Whoa, why you come
love
Pitch Perfect? Okay,
don't do that. Pitch Perfect.
Yeah, no.
Really
I didn't. I don't like that.
Like
I like
those
Pitch
music
Perfect
movies that like they leave the music completely out of it as far as musical reality, and then it becomes kind of this love story, and it becomes something that it's really not.
See, and I feel like this is where people miss the point. Like this is the difference. I love Pitch Perfect, but yes, as far as for how acapella sounds and how it goes, that's not what it is. Pitch
I wasn't banned.
Disney's version of acapella, which I still love. I am a fan of Pitch Perfect. I know all of it, but the difference between that and Drumline is Drumline got HBCU recognition. Like Drumline brought this part that like if you didn't have the ability to go to an HBCU or you were a black person or something, it brought you this experience that you didn't know you were missing. It's not even about the quality of the movie, it's about the effect of the movie. Yes, that's why I was just like this is almost like the same as what's that movie where they gave us all this Chris Brown and then he dies in the first 5 minutes. It becomes about the stuff you didn't realize you were missing, but it's so crucial to the culture. So it's Drumline. It needs
to. Can I just say that Drumline is a bad version of what School Days really was? School Days is really that effect about the HBCU. That's the one. Drumline is just not, in my opinion, it's just not a good film.
It's true. I won't disagree with that, but at the same time, I feel like School Days was a little bit more than that. Like School Days touched on a lot all at once.
Exactly.
And for people, it was too much to consume because it had a lot of layers. It was a lot. Like it was a lot.
And
Spike is always a lot. Spike always gives you a lot more than you probably really want to think about.
And I'm not gonna lie
That's
to you.
like-
I'm kind of upset though because I don't think School Days is on here. Actually.
Yeah, bro. What is that about, dude?
And why isn't Get on the Bus on this show?
My point is that
there's a lot of films.
A lot of black movies. Yeah. Okay. All right. Number 22. Set It Off. 1996. Versus number 79. Major Payne. 1995. Major Payne wins by 58% of the votes.
What?
Ridiculous.
I'm not gonna lie. I love Major Payne, but it shouldn't have lost. It shouldn't.
If it wasn't for the fact that I know this show don't pay me enough to replace this phone, I'd have smacked this phone onto the ground. What are you talking about? Set It Off.
What I'm talking about?
By Major Payne.
On Twitter.
Who did these votes? I'm about to go back on the internet. Hold on.
This is that troll vote that I was telling you about.
This can't be a troll vote, though.
This makes no fucking
Set
sense.
It Off.
This
like
makes
I would veto this shit. Like we should be able to get one veto.
It's not even the whole movie. Cleo's death scene alone
by itself.
And I love Major Payne. I love what the Jesus.
All right, we're gonna keep going because she's about to.
I need that money.
She's about to turn Super Saiyan. So
it's gonna take her 4 episodes to react to this thing.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it going. Number 23, Coach Carter, 2005, versus Belly, 1998. 78 Belly, 1988, and Coach Carter wins by 73% of the votes.
What? Belly
Coach Carter.
What?
Like,
how Belly? People wasn't even shooting movies. How Belly was shot? Like
you mean in the dark? That shit was
basically, and it was amazing. See, I don't like. I wish I had a banana right now. I don't like this shit.
Oh my goodness!
I had a coach like Coach Carter, and I mean he just that movie sent me right back to high school.
All right. Number 24, Baby Boy, 2001, versus number 77, Diary of Mad Black Woman, 2005. And Baby Boy wins by 67% of the votes.
I really don't like nostalgia winning. I really don't like that. I really
we
don't
talk about.
like that.
I'm pretty sure we talked about this a long time ago.
Like that.
Baby Boy's the better movie.
Listen. Okay, all right. This we gonna table this right along with the love and basketball conversation. We gonna just speak.
All right. Number 25, ATL, 2006, versus number 76, Two Can Play That Game, 2001. ATL wins by 62% of the votes.
I got some cutting last night.
Two trash ass films, man.
You ain't getting no goddamn cutty. I'm the one getting all the draws, all the cutty in this here house.
All the booty.
All the booty.
All right. Number 26, American Gangster, 2007. Versus number 75, Training Day, 2001.
Damn.
Denzel don't be going up against himself. That's not cool.
That's not right. Fair. Denzel versus Denzel, bro.
I told you Greg was fucked up.
Veto.
Training Day wins by 62% of the votes.
That's not even fair.
Again, I did not make these rankings.
But this shit get vetoed or something.
American Gangster is a better movie, truthfully. But you know,
I'm not. Listen,
I know it's not your fault, but still saying.
No.
I agree. You talk to Huey. Huey, you talk to me.
Number 27, The Five Heartbeats, 1991, versus number 74, Just Right, 2010. The Five Heartbeats wins by 70% of the votes.
That's too short. That's too small. Should have been more.
Just Right.
Just Right don't even need to be on this list. Let's just be real.
I like Just Right, but there's a lot of movies. This list is why I don't fucking do these brackets. Man, listen.
Just Cam makes this worth it for me.
Yes, it really is.
They
said it's just amazing. Number 28, House Party, 1990, versus number 73, Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit,
What
1993.
the fuck?
Oh, you
You
gonna
already know it's
chill.
Sister Act 2
You
for
know.
me.
You know.
When you what? Listen.
House Party wins by 67% of the votes.
Thank
Mhm.
you. Thank
Mhm.
you.
Oh my
Thank
God! You
you.
do one dance and jiggers is finna pass it all the way through. Soon as you let some jiggers dance, some dancing and some sugar in the Kool-Aid won the whole fucking thing. God, oh, I hate y'all. I hate y'all so bad. I hate y'all so fucking bad.
Yeah, but how do you
Once.
phrase a bunch of shit? So I just feel
Oh
bad
my
even
God.
laughing about it. Like,
Oh
come
my
on, now.
goodness.
Like, I feel gross just laughing at your jokes
Oh
right now.
shit, that shit's
Listen,
hilarious.
I'm so sorry, but it's just I just wish for once, sometimes they would go for like the apparent talent.
Oh,
And
Like,
not
I'm
just
over here starting to
yeah,
giggle at your jokes about it, looking at everybody else's faces like, oh shit, am I in trouble?
no, you
you
good.
are
Listen,
not in
listen,
trouble.
listen.
Listen,
Number
Oh,
Dwayne,
my gosh, amazing.
you are here, and we're finally going to be able to qualify for federal funding. Okay, you are. I'm just kidding,
All
but
right,
no, like yes, you're free to laugh, but hold that
no-
pissed me off.
Oh,
number 29, Bad Boys, 1995,
Okay.
versus number 72, Cooley High, 1975.
Mm.
Bad Boys wins by 94% of the vote. It actually got a 100 spot on Facebook.
it's another
Cooley
too
High is
old
a good
movie.
movie. Yeah,
That's
Cooley
a
High-
straight up people haven't seen the movie.
Yeah,
That's what that
yeah.
is. It's
Cooley High's
Cooley
good.
High is as good, if not better than that.
It should be lower. I gotta
It
agree.
should-
I'll pick Bad Boys, but it should be lower. It
That
should
sounds
be
like
lower. I do
people
it.
didn't see it because there's no way
Yeah.
all of us should agree like that.
Yeah.
But
But it's a
vote
Michael Bay
for Bad
movie,
Boys.
so you know.
It is.
That's how I've
Bad
always
Boys
felt.
is a funny movie. It's not a fantastic movie. Chill with that, Amanda. Chill.
Can it not be
That's how I've
both?
always felt like
It
what is
isn't
it?
both.
Devil in
It
a Blue
can be,
Dress.
but it's not.
All right. Okay. All right. Listen. Number
Harvey come
30.
with the smoke.
Number 30, The Color Purple, 1985.
Mm.
Versus number 71, The Pursuit of Happiness, 2006.
Okay.
The Pursuit of Slap.
Where you at, Cam?
I'm pondering. Okay,
On
Color
Twitter,
Purple.
Mhm.
It has a
Don't-
bigger effect. I'm sorry.
on Twitter,
So
on,
good.
on Twitter, The Pursuit of Happiness won by 52% of the votes. On
By
Twitter,
2%.
52%. Yes. On
Okay.
Facebook, The Color Purple wins by 76% of the votes, which means that The
Damn
Color Purple
right.
wins by 62% of the votes.
He said you're damn right. You know what, sir? I get it. I love both movies. In all honesty, I find The Pursuit of Happiness like inspirational, and to be honest, I feel like a lot of people always go through the I'm big baller and never went through the struggle they had to go to get there. Like to really show that you were sleeping in the subway bathroom. And I'm from New York. The subway bathrooms is okay. There's a level of respect I have for it. So I'm just like, but yeah, Color Purple is Color Purple. Like,
Yeah, that's it. There's like 2 movies in this whole bracket that should legitimately have a chance to beat The Color Purple. Legit.
Okay.
Color Purple is almost untouchable to me. Just
Number 30. Okay. Number 31, Paid in Full, 2002. Versus number 70, Dreamgirls, 2006.
Money making bitch.
I want to fuck with Cam so bad, but I'm not going to because she might break her phone. But the
You already know.
Dreamgirls did win by 63% of the votes.
Whether you like Beyonce or not, the talent in that is you cannot deny. Like, Paid in Full is cool, but like
Jennifer
what?
Hudson carried that movie, boy. I'm telling
Damn
you.
right. That character always does.
Listen,
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx did his thing though. Like,
Jamie Foxx did his
So
thing,
did
yes.
Eddie.
Mhm.
So did Eddie.
So did
He was
Eddie.
supposed to get an
Eddie
Oscar for
did
that.
too.
Yeah.
that's I'm just like it just. I love that movie.
Number 32, Coming to America, 1988. Versus number 69, Brown Sugar, 2002. Yeah, Coming to America wins by 93% of the votes.
Get smoked.
Valid.
Should have been more.
Valid.
It should have been more. I want to know who the 7% was. Like,
Number 33, Jason's Lyrics, 1994.
Ooh.
Or number 68, Stomp the Yard, 2007.
Seriously?
Jason
What
lyrics
the hell
better
Stomp
win.
y'all doing in this?
Why you
Stomp the
on
Yard
our
gets
stage?
68.
Seriously, I've seen better black commercials that should have been in this list. Take Stomp the Yard out. This is ass.
What?
Come
You don't
on.
want to learn how to
Stomp
stand
the
on your
Yard.
arm? You don't want to learn how to hit him with the.
Stop the Yard.
Oh, God. This has
Come
better
on.
black commercial. Oh, listen.
You don't want to
Yes,
see slow-mo.
That commercial in the 80s where the brother goes to the man's house. He wants that brother's that. So you got to get your own. I forgot the name of that one.
No, my
No,
brother.
brother.
You got to get your own.
Oh, that should have been on this list. I'd have voted for that.
Wait,
Jason Lyric wins by 59% of the votes.
It was too close.
Yeah, it was too close.
So I'm not gonna lie, I voted Stomp the Yard. You damn right I did. You damn right I voted for Stomp the Yard. Why
Stomp the
you
Yard.
on stage? That's my shit.
I have moments for Stomp the Yard, but
Jason
they will
Lyrics
always
is
get points
great movie.
deducted for straight up just trying to play people. You owe me a movie with Chris Brown in it. Okay, do you know how old that was when that
died in
movie
the
came
first
out?
5 minutes?
Read what year that movie came out.
This movie came out in 2007.
I was 17 years old. Okay, Chris Brown at 17. Do you know what the hell? I came for Chris Brown. I didn't come. Listen, he could have stood on the stage with the camera running for 2 hours. That's what I was finna pay for. I was so upset.
Yo,
I learned to appreciate it later, but I was so upset.
So
You take
Cam,
Stomp the
go
Yard.
hate that. So Cam we hate this, but that's one of the best reasons why I like Stomp the Yard, because he died in the first 5 minutes. I was cool with that. I was cool with that. The blood dripping from his...
Haters gonna hate.
You take Stomp the Yard out and you put Breaking in there instead. That's a better dance movie. Breaking should have been on this.
I do think Breaking's on. I do think Breaking's on here though. Actually,
Breaking?
It might be.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either, but I gotta keep going. Oh no, it's not on here. Yeah.
That's what I thought. We could do a whole nother bracket that didn't make it.
Yeah, it's not on here.
We need to redo this, and it needs to not be public people that make this bracket. We need to have like somebody born in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Like we need like black people from
each decade,
and then put together a list and do that bracket.
Like we was doing, like when me and you was on the phone, and all the old dudes at my job was naming all the old movies.
You want Moses in here too?
So then, am I going to be the control as the white guy then? I'll just be like, oh, you're just the extra, like control measure
the
guy.
tie-breaking vote because that's
right.
All right, listen. Number 34, The Help, 2011, versus number 67, Mo Money, 1992.
The Help. You serving shit pie. You can't tell me. Listen, ain't you tired, Miss Hilly? Ain't you tired? Like, girl.
Mo Money wins by 64% of the votes.
Stop it. Veto.
The Help is problematic. It's problematic.
I very much want to go to bed at this point because what the fuck are you talking about?
Veto.
Viola fucking Davis. Like, oh my God.
And she's not a fan of that film now, from what you hear her talk about it.
Right.
Great.
She looks back and playing that role, but I'm just like the movie in itself.
Number 35, The Bodyguard, 1992, versus number 66, How to Be a Player, 1997.
How to Be a Player by the Bus Whitney Houston ass.
The Bodyguard wins. The Bodyguard wins by 74% of the votes.
Yeah, I don't care about none of them.
I just like How to Be a Player. I
tell everybody, and Chris asked this, Chris can contest the hobby player was my Bible. When I was young, it was my Bible when I was younger.
You hear that, Emily? You hear that, Emily?
Yeah, I get it. It was like it is what it is. Not now. I'm too old for that shit. When my body hurts. But when I was younger, when I was younger, that's the Bible right there for me personally. All right.
This man said my body hurts.
It really was. Number 36, Next Friday, 2000. Versus number 65, The Great Debaters, 2007.
The Great Debaters.
Next Friday.
Next Friday wins by 69% of the votes.
Jesse Smouye slapped the taste out that boy.
Willie's son.
If it was a different Friday, maybe. But what? Okay.
It lost because it wasn't the mass debaters.
Got you.
But tip your waitress.
I'll be here all week.
Try the field.
Number 37, Purple Rain, 1984. Versus number 64, Class Act, 1992. Purple Rain wins by 78% of the votes.
It should be
That's
larger.
even higher.
Morris Day
small.
does not get his damn due for who he was and the Prince's life. Let's not get this effed up. I was about to cuss for a second. Morris Day does not get his credit.
You can say
I went on a tangent. I went on a tangent last time.
You could cuss.
I ain't gonna go on.
Oh,
that.
you can't say jigger.
You said
No, it might-
earlier, and I was like, which one?
It might spill out into other.
It might just
I
start
feel you.
pulling me down the train.
I've been there.
So I'm not gonna lie. This is where the tournament stops because I'm about to go off.
Oh boy.
I ride a purple motorcycle.
Number 38, Sister Act, 1992, versus number 63, The Wiz, 1978.
Sister Act is arguably a black movie.
Sister Act,
You don't have to argue a lot.
Dude.
Sister Act wins by 65% of the votes.
He smoked.
Yeah,
Over
Sister Act 2 is a black movie. Sister Act got two black people in it.
Sister Act is not a black movie.
Sister Act is
They
not
got
a
two
black
black
movie.
people in it.
Sister Act is not a
It's
black
not.
movie.
Yeah, it only got
This
two
is-
black people on it.
This is
It's Whoopi and a cop.
disrespectful like a
Like-
motherfucker.
Yeah, the cop boy. Yeah,
And the cop only got 2 lines. Like he only said like twice. He said 2 lines.
Yeah.
This is disrespectful to the
Wasn't there more than 2 black people that appeared in the TV show Seventh Heaven?
I don't know.
When?
What's the ever?
I don't watch stuff heavy.
There was black people on
That
Seventh
old
Heaven?
white religious show with the dude that turned out to be like a chimo later on in life.
Oh, I used to
No.
watch Seventh Heaven when I
No.
was younger
There was
because
I did not.
people on that show?
The only thing I know about Seventh Heaven is the song. I'm not gonna lie. The chord,
It's
the song. The song is
amazing.
the song is fire.
amazing.
Song is
That
fire.
and Dawson's Creek song too. Dawson's Creek.
so you
song
tell me
is
you watched the
amazing,
intro
too.
and then turn it off?
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
This is why I can't
Seven
stand black
Heaven.
people. Like, what is wrong with
Seven Heaven.
y'all? Get off
No,
my
yeah.
nerves.
Stella
Like-
Reese was on Seventh
There
Heaven.
was no
No,
black people
Belarus
in Seventh
is
Heaven.
just by Angel.
That's
That's
my
my
entire
angel,
point,
yeah.
Amanda.
That sounds like I watched Seventh Heaven. I really cannot say I recall an episode with a black person or more than one, like for sure. Like I
It was
That's
was
just
young and
the
dumb
feel,
and didn't
right?
realize that was
it
a bad thing.
definitely evangelical geared towards evangelicals.
That was Jessica Biel's thing, wasn't that? Was that her thing?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
I can't remember. It was like Full
she
House
started
but
off.
Christian.
Mm.
Christian. All right, listen. Number 39, Hidden Figures, 2016.
I love it.
Version number 62, Glory, 1989.
Hmm.
Glory wins by 71% of the votes.
So I
Hidden
love
Figures is a good
Hidden
movie.
Figures, but like
I
I
love
was
Hidden
talking
Figures.
about in our chat and when we were voting on these live at the time, there are so many films that are called black films that include what I like to call the white in shining armor that, you know, does like something and then, you know, oh, we broke down the bathroom sign, everybody, so racism's
Mhm.
cured. Fucking, you know, here
Mhm.
we go. That shit makes me nuts because you take a really great story. You could have, you know,
Got rid of that part.
you could have done so much better and just told it truthfully how it really was. But you have to throw that, you know, let's try to make white people not feel so bad about, you know, being pieces of shit in the 1960s. Like
If we don't do that, who's gonna pay for it?
sure, but I mean, I would rather just know what really happened. You know,
You have to
because-
read
you
about
don't.
it because you damn sure
You
can't
don't.
see it.
Like-
you know, like
It's the white savior syndrome. We need one every few years.
right. I just like, but I don't know that we really do.
All right.
Oh, I agree with you. I agree with you.
And I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for saying that. You're not wrong.
Mhm.
It's just we are so used to it that we just
Mhm.
like that would be nice, wouldn't it? But it ain't finna happen. We promise
Right.
you. We
Ah,
looked for
it
it. It ain't there.
It bugs me because there's so many films that are so good, and then you're like, why did you have to do that?
All right. Number 40, 12 Years a Slave, 2013. Version number 61, Remember the Titans, 2000.
Oh God.
Remember
That
the
is a
Titans.
really, that's a good match. My bad. I'm sorry.
That
No,
is-
you're fine. But Remember Titans wins by 84% of the votes.
84.
Wow. What?
They didn't see the movie.
They ain't see 12. They ain't see 12 years.
They didn't see 12 years a slave. That's fine. You didn't just say you didn't see the movie because what the fuck?
So
yeah, that's out of pocket.
So Dwayne was talking about movies that I would like the real version of. I told Kim, Kim knows this. I would love a version of Remember Titans that's not Disney.
Mm-hmm.
I would love a version of the Remember Titans that's not Disney, because the true shit that happened, because Disney, it was cutesy, all kind of good shit. But I want to see the real version of all that shit. If you read that story, it is hard to read. Actually,
I want to see Spike Lee direct this.
Shit,
you know what I mean? You want to talk about best Spike Lee movie ever? Like, I mean, let me see Spike Lee remake this.
I would be down for that. I've already listened, even just what they have, even though they try to like make it as
cutesy,
clean and nice as possible. I think we had an episode we were talking about like movies that like, and this came up, and I was just like, this is a great movie, but I hate this movie, and it's for the little things, okay? Because you not fit. We like to this day they finna pretend like that boy's accident when that white girl wasn't her fault.
It was her fault.
And I'm just like, if it was in any other color, they would have demonized that girl, but she walked off scot-free. And I'm just like, you know what?
Yeah, she got to shake the black man's hand and then they left. Like it's bullshit.
Yeah, like you would.
It's bullshit. All right, now listen.
Anywho,
number 41, Daddy's Little Girls, 2007, versus Barbershop. Number 60, Barbershop, 2002.
Damn, I'm not glad it was paired against this. Damn.
Barbershop wins by 85% of the votes.
I think this was Idris Elba's worst cinematic acting ever in Daddy's Little Girls.
Well, you ever see not the 18? What that movie that's like the 18 that he was in? That you got want to be a bad guy. Got what that shit was called. But that movie sucked. It came out when the new version of 18 came out. That movie was horrible. He was horrible.
Oh, you talking about you talking about the like Suicide Squad, the new Suicide Squad?
No, not Suicide Squad. It was like the 18 came out with a movie, and then they came out and Chris Brown was in it, T.I. was in it, and it was
Takers.
You're talking about
Takers? Yeah, Takers. It was good.
Takers was good. Wasn't no fucking good.
Taker, no, I'm not.
Takers on DVD.
I'm talking about.
I don't give a damn what you have. That shit wasn't good. That shit was not good.
Takers was good.
Takers. You don't like Takers at all.
No,
there was nothing in Takers that you.
No, that movie was fucking horrible. T.I. can't act. Chris Brown can't act. Listen, that movie was horrible.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. We know T.I. can't act, but he did decent in that role. That's the one role that I'll be like, you know what? I'm not mad at it. Everything else, but this is the one role where he was just like,
I'd rather watch
because the role fit who he was supposed to be.
This
like,
proves that he actually can't have whatever he liked.
Right, but I'm like, the same goes for Chris Brown, and they actually gave him a role that fit who they were as a person, so they didn't have to act much.
Right.
It fit exactly. Right. That's I'm like, what do you mean? Like, horrible. Okay.
Anyway, number 42, Higher Learning, 1995, versus number 59, The Players Club, 1998. Higher Learning wins by 60% of the vote.
Very different movies.
Higher Learning is so preachy, like too preachy to me. Players Club, I think, was actually a better film.
That's why I'm just sitting here like I that's not what I thought Dre was finna say. I'm not gonna lie. I was here and I was confident. All right. Fuck you, internet. I
agree. I agree with Amanda. I don't think Higher Learning is a black movie either.
It's one of those iffy ones. The God's truth, it is. It is one of the iffy ones.
And it beat Players Club.
It did. Just
and it do nothing to nobody. Like,
would you like a peppermint?
Number 43, A Thin Line Between Love and Hate, 1996, versus Booty Call. Number 58, Booty Call, 1997. On Twitter, this was a 50-50 split.
Okay.
On Facebook, A Thin Line Between Love and Hate wins by 100% of the votes.
Damn!
100%!
100% of the fucking votes.
Damn!
So A Thin Line Between Love and Hate wins by 75%.
That's my aunties. That's my aunties who know that joke.
That is Martin Lawrence's Boomerang. That's
Yeah.
what that is. He wanted to do Boomerang. He came out with his own.
Mhm.
And that just, Bobby Brown is hilarious for like 10, 15 minutes. That movie.
Number 44, Ray, 2004.
Great movie. Great
Verse,
movie.
verse number 57, Antwone Fisher, 2002.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Oh, I don't like
Oh
this.
my god.
This is a good matchup right here.
Woo-hoo.
But I vote Ray.
Ray wins by 71% of the votes.
It shouldn't have been that large. It shouldn't have been that large.
Shouldn't have been.
It should not have been.
I thought this was going to be one of those 0.5s or
Antwone
something.
That sounds like
Fisher,
this should have been in the 50s, 60s max.
Mhm.
This,
you are
like that's
heartless if Antwone Fisher don't pull
Oh.
your motherfucker.
I'm still here. I'm still strong.
Yo.
I should,
Viola Davis.
Viola Davis.
Viola Davis
Hard-
again.
Oh, goose.
Lord have mercy.
Number 45,
Great
Blackkklansman.
Viola Davis.
Number 45, Blackkklansman, 2018.
Okay.
Versus number 56, 42, 2013.
Damn, what the fuck?
Damn.
Blackkklansman on Twitter wins by 56% of the votes.
Oh.
Close
On
call.
fake-
Okay.
On Facebook, 42 wins by 57% of the votes, which means
Ah.
that 42
By
wins by
1%.
51% of the votes.
Dang.
Oh my god.
Blackkklansman
I don't-
for that to be his first like solo role. Denzel Washington, I forget his name.
For starring solo role, because
So I meant like starring solo role.
What's his name? John? Is he John Michael Washington? or
John
David?
John David Washington.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was a really good acting role for him.
All right,
He been killing it ever since.
yeah, yo, watch Ballers.
It's genetic. Like
Watch,
Well,
watch,
Ballers, he was in there with The Rock. The Rock kind of like that was more of The Rock show.
but he took. Like, you watch some episodes. He took over some of that show at times. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, just watch Ballers.
I
Number
wish I
40.
was Washington.
Me too, guys. I'm sure. Number 46, Malcolm X, 1982. Versus number 55, Dead Presidents, 1995.
Ooh.
Malcolm.
This
Presidents
should have gone
to
against
represent me.
Juice. This should have gone against Juice. This is a better, closer representation.
This would have been a good matchup too.
I'm out for Dead Presidents to represent me.
Malcolm X wins by 67% of the votes.
Shouldn't even been that close. Not even gonna lie.
Nah, Dead Presidents is a great movie.
It's Malcolm
It
X.
is.
though.
Really great.
It's
Yeah, I get
Malcolm
that.
X
I
is
get
Malcolm
that.
X.
Yes. I agree. But I'm just saying we're gonna give Dead Presidents his flowers too.
Oh no,
Like,
there's no disrespect to it, but
Yeah.
it's like
It's Malcolm X. Like,
Yeah, you went up against a legend.
mhm.
yeah.
All
Just,
I just argued about this movie a couple weeks ago. Like,
So here's a funny one to me. Every time I see this shit, I'll laugh. I'm probably gonna laugh still. Number 47, Bad Boys 2, 2003. Versus number 54, Bébé's Kids, 1992.
That's actually a tough matchup. Because Bébé's
what the hell is Bébé's Kids doing
I
on
love-
this list?
I love
It's not
Bébé's
on-
Kids. I love Bébé's Kids.
Bébé's
bro.
Kids.
I love Robin Harris.
We having it.
He would have been so big, so big, so
Yeah.
bad.
Bad Boys 2 wins by 62% of the votes.
That's fair.
62.
62.
I
That
love
says a
Bébé's
lot.
Kids.
That says
That
a
is-
lot.
I'm not even gonna be
love
mad at
Bébé's
that.
That's nostalgia. It's not a good movie, but it's nostalgia.
Nostalgia. You guys say nostalgia like it's a bad thing. It just means you
Right.
can vote on something just because it's older. Doesn't mean it's bad.
Mhm.
No, yeah, but sometimes you'd be like, oh my gosh, which is better, Tang or Simply Lemonade? Like, dang, Tang is not better than Simply Lemonade. It's not. Okay? It's just, it brings back this feeling in you.
Right.
But
That
that's
was a
how, like,
quick
it can
reference. You
taint
said
your,
that
it can
before.
taint,
She had
taint your
that in the back pocket.
Yeah,
She had
that was loaded up.
She had that in the
right.
back pocket.
Because you know how I feel about nostalgia tainting like the results of stuff. Like I admit when I'm nostalgic, but to
All right.
just change, oh Lord, okay.
All right.
Anyway,
So,
you get the point. Like
number 48, Above the Room, 1997. Versus number 53, Crooklyn, 1994. Above the Room wins by 59% of the votes.
Not one of Spike's best. It's a good movie,
It's a good movie.
but in the
Crooklyn?
canon of Spike Lee films, it's not one of his best.
Yeah.
I would have voted for Crooklyn.
Me too.
Number 49, Love Jones, 1997. Versus number 50, number 52, The Princess and the Frog, 2009.
I'm on the Love Jones. Keep your body on that skin tone. 5 minutes alone. You already.
The Princess and the Frog. The Princess and the Frog wins by 66% of the votes.
What the fuck?
That sounds like, I'm sorry. I heard Love Jones first, and I was like, okay, yeah, we finna know how this go. And then I heard Princess and the Frog. I was like, no. The first animated
we had like a
princess, like you,
first black animated princess.
I get it.
Yeah, like you.
And
we had a whole little discussion. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, we had a whole little talk about this because of the reference. Because we kind of went into, my home country and how we talking about, the Creole and, some of the voodoo and stuff like that. But it's just a better movie, I think, all in all. I think it's just well done. It's nice to see representation. So,
well, and that's a big part of culture, and I think it's important to include. But the part that kind of rubbed me the wrong way about The Princess and the Frog is that you have your first black Disney princess, right? Why she got to be broke? You know what I mean? Like,
and the frog,
like, just kind of in this way, like, okay, so Cinderella, like her dad was rich, she was just treated poorly, and
Cinderella,
White,
she was, her people was rich, but she was fucked up. White,
she was just
had money
poorly, right? And so then, but she was rich, her dad was rich, and then Snow White, same way, Princess Jasmine, rich as fuck. So you go through all of these other Disney princesses and you're like, hold on a minute. The only one that could even compare in like socioeconomic status would be like Belle, maybe living in a village, in Beauty and the Beast.
Or Pocahontas.
Like,
but even then, she was the daughter of a chief. Yeah, so it's not the same.
She's still the leader's daughter, right? Has all kinds of power. The Princess and the Frog, that was the only part of the writing that was just like, really? Like, so you're going to take the first black princess and you're going to make her be from the ghetto? Like, fuck that.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that wasn't even the part that bothered me. It was the frog part.
Yeah.
Ain't no other Disney princesses turning into creatures. And then, like, it's not even like it's for a small part. It's for a large portion. She's a human for like 5 minutes and then 2 seconds at the end. The entire time, she's a fucking frog. And I'm just like, thank you so much.
Ariel was a mermaid.
Like,
all right.
Yeah, but that's her bottom half. Like, that's like, the top half is just fine and wearing a crown. Like, that's
last one in this round. Number 50, Judas and the Black Messiah, 2021. Version number 51, Why Did I Get Married, 2007.
My wife asks that every day.
Judas and the Black Messiah wins by 81% of the votes.
I agree with that. I love Why Did I Get Married? But Judas and the Black Messiah was a great movie. Like, if you haven't seen it and you're watching or listening, go watch that movie.
It's a hard watch, though. Like, it's one of those, I don't know if I could watch it again. It's a great film, but
you need to experience it, though. Definitely need to experience
it. Oh, no, it's one of those, it's not as bad, but to me, it's like, it's almost like Precious. Like, I'll never watch that movie again. I can't watch this again. By the way, why isn't Precious in this? That's another thing. But
because she ran off with that chick and never came back. But I'm just
I had to take breaks watching Precious. Like, Darren and I watched that at home, and I literally had to pause that and go outside and go have a smoke and come back and go,
it is
okay,
harsh.
There's a lot to unpack here. And I'm like, I had to process what I'm seeing.
So
sometimes you need that, though. Like, not everything can be so easily consumable. Like, sometimes it's got to be rough for you to be able to appreciate like the reality of it. We always say that what movie were we talking about earlier? Like, we wish it was like more real, but the realer version is much harder to consume.
Remember the Titans.
It's almost like
harder.
I don't know if I call this a black movie, but When They See Us.
Oh my God.
Not on the list. Rarely mentioned, but in fact, a very like.
That is hard. Yo, that you talking about pause? It took me so long to watch that movie because I was so angry. Oh my gosh, it was just. But that is a tough movie to watch.
But Little Girls, the same thing. There's a lot of those.
It's a lot. I mean, a lot of these are going to be too hard to watch. I mean, this was. So you don't know. I reseed these. So the the big C will always play the little C, always. All right. So round 2, we got Get Out versus The Last Dragon.
Show enough.
This is disrespectful. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is fucking disrespectful to me. Didn't even say, but The Last Dragon wins by 53% of the votes.
I'm not commenting.
I feel like a fucking TikTok sound. Oh my god! Like, don't get me wrong. Last Dragon
is good. It's not Get Out. It's not Get Out. It's not Get Out.
I like them both, but to me, I feel like The Last Dragon winning is one of the few times it fits this bracket. When it's a black movie, I feel like The Last Dragon is more of a black movie than Get Out.
And I can see that.
And I think Get Out is probably the better film, but I think The Last Dragon is more of a black movie.
Okay.
That's the thing, because cast-wise, there's more black people in Last Dragon. Get Out has a few, but I feel like Last Dragon hits us where we love. It hits the music, it hits the karate. I feel like it's a black film. That's where it's the win. That's just my opinion.
I get that, but I feel like Get Out is very much don't trust them jiggers over there. Get Out drills down to the fundamentals of stuff that you learned at a very young age. For most people, that unfortunately we had to be cautious because you would sleep and you will wake up dead. Like you would sleep on these people and yet you will like it drills down to this fundamental. It's almost like the movies where you have to teach your kids about how to deal with the police, or it's one of those things where unfortunately you may not want it to, but we're all too familiar with this fucking thought. Like, so I'm just like,
it's almost like Get Out is almost not for us. If you think about it, even though it's a black, I feel like it's almost teaching people who don't know about this. Get Out, what it hits is kind of stuff that we know that others haven't experienced and don't understand. He almost made a black movie for white people. That's kind of how I feel when I see it. I love that movie. But I don't know. It's
all right.
Like, is that I want to say for white people, but I'm just like, we have black movies that we love, and black people, as soon as you say like hell yeah, and you say it to anybody else and they're like the fuck. I would, though I love this and I have no problem with this. I'm like, if you're not aware of it, it wasn't for you, so be it. But I would like to have black movies on the same echelon. So I'm just like, you saying like it's made for, I wouldn't say it's necessarily made for white people, or more just like everyone else. Like where they can finally fucking get it. Like
I can see that.
Just like, I'm tired of our movies being like made for DVD. You feel me? Like
I feel you.
Message. All right, listen. Black Panther 2018 versus I'm Gonna Get You Sucka 1988. Black Panther wins by 69% of the votes. All right.
I'm Gonna Get You Sucker so good. It's so disrespected. It is.
It's not Black Panther, but it's definitely.
Well, two different movies. Two different eras.
Different eras, different budgets, different technology. It's not,
Friday versus Do the Right Thing. Friday wins by 64% of the votes.
Embarrassing. Embarrassing.
I love Friday, but it did not win.
It's not even close to this movie. It's not even close.
Love and Basketball 2000 versus Think Like a Man 2012. Love and Basketball wins by 76% of the votes.
Should have been even even more.
They could both go for me, but okay.
Okay. So here's where we're gonna start calling the Friday votes. Last time we had on the 90s bracket, Friday won by 50.5% of the votes twice. So we're gonna start calling all 50.5 votes the Friday votes. And here's a Friday vote. You got John Q 2002 versus Boomerang 1992.
Come on, John Q.
Boomerang wins by 50.5% of the votes.
Really,
Cannot
you like
I definitely
Boomerang, bro?
Man, I can't stand Jamie Foxx that much.
Boomerang.
I mean, I'm sorry. Eartha Kitt. I can't stand Eartha Kitt.
Two different people.
It's very different.
All right.
I'm sorry. But we can't skate past that. What do you have against Eartha Kitt?
Perfect.
She just
Mark is darling.
She looked like she smelled like white diamonds, and she mean, and she pinch you under the table. Like, I just don't like Eartha Kitt. She just I hate the
She reminds you of a auntie or some lady from church or
right
something.
from church.
You have trauma that you need to deal with, and you taking it out on Eartha Kitt.
It's okay.
What was the name of that lady in The Emperor's New Groove?
Was that the kid too?
Do you know who I'm talking about? What is that? The name of that cartoon figure?
I don't know her name, but yeah.
Lady Yzma. Lady Yzma is the cartoon version of Eartha Kitt in my mind.
Eartha Kitt legit. She ended up just playing that same part. Like, she ended up being the old kind of pervy woman. Like, they did the same thing on Living Single with her. Like, she's so much more than that. So much more.
Her story.
They did that.
Yes.
Her story is.
They did that on Batman. Like, she was when she was that pervy Catwoman. Like yeah. So
they always sexualize Eartha Kitt, but Eartha Kitt is a very deep and like if you look into her as a person, she's an amazing person.
My God, incredibly intelligent, talented. She could sing. Like, black people from like the 50s on could act and sing. They had to. They could do everything.
Yeah, they had to. What's Love Got to Do with It? 1993 versus Major Payne 1995. On Facebook, this was a 50-50 split. Major Payne wins by 54% of the votes.
Eat the cake, anime. What?
Wow, that was a troll vote.
That movie gets completely disrespected. Both of the leads got Oscar nominations. Both. That's a story. My God.
Juice versus Training Day. Training Day wins by 75% of the votes.
Yeah, I can see that going down.
Harlem Nights versus Dreamgirls.
Harlem Nights wins.
Harlem Nights wins by 84% of the votes.
Damn. 84?
84.
Yeah.
Poetic Justice versus Mo Money. Poetic Justice wins by 58% of the votes. The Wood versus Glory. Glory wins by 65% of the votes.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought Wood was gonna win there.
We wanted it. I'm not gonna lie, I voted for the Wood there too, but
did you?
I love the Wood.
What was that again?
Wood is my favorite.
Dre, one more time. Say that one more time.
Life versus.
Somebody please clip that shit. I need that to be Dre's ringtone when he texts me.
Life. Life versus Remember the Titans. Remember the Titans wins by 62% of the votes.
I'm happy, I guess.
Boyz in the Hood versus Barbershop. Boyz in the Hood wins by 87% of the vote.
Damn right.
I mean, Barbershop's good, but I mean,
I agree.
It's all right.
We have another we have another
Bazinga.
We have another Friday vote.
Over here.
we have another Friday vote. All right. We got Menace to Society versus 42. On both Twitter and Facebook, and people don't know, I try to round to the near zero. So on both Menace Society versus 42, both Twitter and Facebook got 50-50 splits. But by the percentages, the Friday vote goes to Menace Society, who went by 50.5% of the votes. All right.
Wait, say that again. What? Who wins?
Menace Society wins by 50.5% of the votes.
Okay.
Straight Outta Compton versus the Princess Bride. Sorry, damn.
What? I was.
Princess Bride has a little bit of something for everybody, I guess.
I came back so quickly. I was like, I'm sorry, excuse me.
I love me the Princess Bride.
Straight out of Compton versus the Princess and the Frog. On Facebook, Princess and the Frog actually won by 75% of the votes.
But on Twitter?
On Twitter, Straight Outta Compton wins by 81% of the votes, which means it wins by 53% of the votes. New Jack, go ahead.
Nope, we good. Go ahead.
New Jack City versus Judas and the Black Messiah.
What the fuck?
New Jack City wins by 89% of the votes. It actually got 100 spot on Facebook.
Just tell me you ain't see the movie without telling me you ain't see the movie. Like,
Literally.
Lean on Me versus Above the Rim. Lean on Me wins by 79% of the votes.
Should have been worse.
Yeah, Lean on Me. Like, that should have been the statistics you said for the last matchup. Like,
Waiting to Exhale versus Bad Boys 2. On Facebook, Waiting to Exhale wins by 57% of the vote.
How did Waiting to Exhale make it, but Set It Off get knocked out? What the fuck is...
On Twitter...
It's them people at Rotten Tomatoes, man. They didn't have a black person in that building. That's gotta be...
Waiting to Exhale has one of the best soundtracks ever for black people.
Like, I feel like Regina. I'm like, who's the pretty girl?
On Facebook, Waiting to Exhale wins by 57% of the votes. But on Twitter, Bad Boys 2 wins by 60% of the votes, which means that it wins by 51% of the votes.
That's close.
Wrong.
You have Soul Food versus Malcolm X. Malcolm X wins by 86% of the vote. You have Coach Carter versus Ray. Ray wins on Facebook by 100% of the vote.
That's crazy.
By 100% of the vote, which means it wins by 76% of the votes.
Nobody
watched Coach Carter. Like,
not
clearly.
a damn person picked Coach Carter.
I wouldn't. Not against Ray.
That's
not against Ray.
The performance is better than the film, to me.
The Ray.
Jamie's performance is better than the movie.
I'm not gonna lie. Ray was a little long.
Long as fuck.
Was a little long. I think they could have cut some of it out, but the performance outshadows everything. It outshadows everything. Like just knowing the back, what Jamie Foxx did behind the scenes to actually play this role with taping his eyes shut and all the stuff like that, man. It's amazing.
Sometimes that's it. To me, that's Training Day. Because honestly, I don't feel like that's a good movie, but Denzel absolutely kills that performance. I feel like you feel like the movie's better than it really is. I feel Ray's kind of the same way. It's good, but it's not that good. Just opinion.
We got Baby Boy versus A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. On Twitter, Baby Boy wins by 65% of the vote. On Facebook, A Thin Line Between Love and Hate wins by 71% of the votes, which means it wins by 53% of the votes. Okay. We got ATL versus Higher Learning.
What the hell's ATL doing here? This is great.
ATL had an easy way here, bro.
It was only the second round, so Higher Learning wins by 84% of the votes. We have the 5 Heartbeats versus Sister Act. 5 Heartbeats wins by 60% of the vote. You have House Party versus Purple Rain. I keep going off. I don't know why I keep going off. Listen,
I see it.
Go on headphones, buddy. Anyway, we got House Party versus Purple Rain. Purple Rain wins by 64% of the votes.
Well, all my movies is out. Except for Black Panther.
We got Bad Boys versus Next Friday. On Facebook alone, Bad Boys wins by 100% of the votes.
Damn.
So that's that. Got The Color Purple versus The Bodyguard.
Mm-hmm.
Bye-bye, Whitney.
The Color Purple wins by 74% of the votes.
As it should.
Should have been worse.
It should have been worse. What the fuck?
There's 26% of people voting for that movie. Get the hell out.
This is why I try to stay away. Even when you put the polls, I try to just not
Stay away.
look or touch.
I know
because
Ghana Truth
people are allowed to be wrong.
Ghana Truth. I didn't think about tagging this because you can see it. Just the fuck with you. Anyway, last one. Coming to America versus Jason's Lyric. On Facebook alone, Coming to America 100% of the votes.
Some of those people didn't see Jason's Lyric, but that's not the point. I mean, it don't matter. It wasn't going to win anyway. But for nobody to give it a vote is wrong.
Yeah.
Nobody?
Round three. Black Panther versus The Last Dragon.
BP.
I knew it was coming.
Black Panther wins by 64% of the vote. However, The Last Dragon did win on Facebook by 55% of the vote.
That's a good showing. I respect it.
I'm not mad at it. I didn't need it to be like.
Yeah. But what that means, though, for the next round, we needed a bye. So the Black Panther, since is the best seed, gets the bye for the next round. So that's to play anybody.
It deserves it.
Okay. We got Friday versus Boomerang. Friday wins by 75% of the vote.
That's insane. That's insane. What's wrong?
Miss Bonga.
Friday not even funny.
It's not.
Wait, did he say Friday's not funny?
No, as
Boomerang.
Oh, I'm sorry, it cut out. I was like, what? Okay.
I cleaned all that up for you for $2.
Love and Basketball versus Major Payne. On Twitter, Love and Basketball wins by 54% of the vote.
Bye-bye, Love and Basketball.
Yeah.
Major Payne wins by 81% of the vote on Facebook.
Smoke.
It's about
that don't make any sense.
That makes a lot. Ton of it.
Hell, Major Payne?
Love and Basketball?
Yes. Basketball. Stop it.
A movie about I'ma mess with you. I'm not gonna take care. I'm not gonna pay you no mind. I'ma treat you horrible. And at the end, when you the last of option, I'ma choose you. Oh, black love, boy. If you don't get the
as opposed to Love Jones. Oh, I'm gonna get with you, but then I'm just gonna leave and not say anything. Get back with my dude.
They go in the same basket for me. That was his choice.
I love
Hey, Cam, you just completely described my entire Army career.
Basketball's not believable, but Love Jones. Oh yeah. Oh,
a lot of these early black love movies. Love
Jones was the empowerment of a black woman.
Toxic.
Her choosing herself.
Her choosing herself.
She chose
so
herself.
Why did she say to the dude? If she's not doing anything wrong, don't just break out and leave and go back with a dude. If you're doing something right, then say it. She didn't say it, so she's not empowering herself. She hit me. If you're choosing yourself, then say you're choosing yourself. She chose to hide that she was saying.
I'm choosing Nia Long.
I am too.
That's a good choice.
Yeah, everybody in mama choosing Nia Long.
Nia Long. She a good choice. That's a good choice.
All right, here's another Friday vote. We got Harlem Nights versus Training Day.
Whoa,
what the fuck?
That's a monster fucking
Harlem Nights
on Twitter. On Twitter, Training Day wins by 78% of the votes. On Facebook, Harlem Nights wins by 78% of the votes. By percentages, Harlem Nights wins by 50.5%.
Oh,
I'm not mad at that. Not mad at it.
I'm putting cases on all you motherfuckers. Shoe program, Pelican Bay.
Poetic Justice versus Glory. Glory wins by 65% of the votes.
Why is it so close?
Boys in the Hood versus Remember the Titans. Boys in the Hood wins by 54% of the vote. Menace to Society versus Bad Boys 2. Menace to Society wins by 66% of the vote.
Thank you. Get this dude out.
Straight Outta Compton versus Malcolm X.
Here we go.
Malcolm X wins by 74% of the vote.
That was tough.
Not really, but you know.
New Jack City versus Ray. On Facebook, New Jack City wins by 52% of the vote.
Get smoked.
On Twitter, Ray wins by 53% of the vote.
Oh, wow.
Which means that
That's
Ray
close.
wins by 51%.
Wow, that's close.
Woo!
Over New Jack?
Telling you the performance, man.
Lean on Me versus A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. Lean on Me wins by 91% of the vote.
That's a beat down. That's smoking. Hold on.
Mm-hmm. The Five Heartbeats versus Higher Learning.
Oh, get smoked.
On Twitter, Higher Learning wins by 56% of the votes.
Rocky Marciano beat Higher Learning.
On Facebook, Five Heartbeats win by 66% of the vote, which means they win by 55% of the vote.
Should have been higher, I thought.
Damn right it should have been. Shouldn't even been close.
Bad Boys versus Purple Rain. Bad Boys 1 versus Purple Rain. On Twitter, Purple Rain wins by 57% of the votes. On Facebook, Bad Boys win by 68% of the vote, which means that Bad Boys wins by 55% of the vote.
Damn,
because Prince would die for you.
He would. And that's an absolute mess. That's another travesty right there. That's Purple Rain, damn it.
That's the time.
Speaking of purples, the last matchup in this round, Coming to America versus The Color Purple.
Ooh.
Juggernauts. Clash of the Titans right now.
Oh.
Coming to America wins by 68% of the vote.
That's tough. I'm not even mad either way, to be honest with you.
This should have been a Friday vote.
It should have been a Friday.
This should have been very hard.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Either way, I wasn't mad, but it should have been close.
A lot of people didn't see Color Purple to even be talked to have vote like that.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm just like, okay, and I know it's older, and I get it. We've been having this issue with a lot of the older movies, but I'm just like, Color Purple, like, I thought still had a hold, but apparently it does not.
You know, and I feel like it does. It just, I think in the era of people wanting to watch movies to be entertained more than to think and to feel, you know, it's an easier movie to watch.
Yes.
No, yeah, I get it winning. I get it winning.
I think the vote goes to the movie that's just easier to watch in this case than it is a case of maybe people not seeing it, because The Color Purple slaughtered some other stuff that was good before now.
Yeah, I just was caught off guard by that, because till this day, till you do right by me, like I thought. But all right, I guess the day to do. Yeah, like I.
All
right. All right.
So we're now round 4. Like I said, Black Panther gets an automatic bye, which in the quarterfinals was the next round. We will have a bye as well, but it goes to the bottom. Listen, just bear with me. Just trust me. All right. So so we got Friday versus Major Payne. On Facebook, this was actually a 50-50 split. On Facebook, Friday wins by 65% of the total votes.
2 comedies, both entertaining. I mean, I can take either one personally.
You want some of this?
Payne had this kind of following, man.
You want some of this too, old man?
I'm sorry. I love both movies, but
hey, Miss Parker,
Friday and Major Payne, had effects, but they were not the same. Like Friday, the cast of Friday alone,
It's all-star cast.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like I get the love that the community has for Major Payne. I came upon Major Payne later in life and still love it, but like sometimes again, this is where I be talking about with that nostalgia kick in. This what the fuck I be talking about.
Harlem Nights versus Glory.
So who won that?
Friday won.
Oh, Friday won. Okay.
Yeah, by 65% of the votes. Harlem Nights versus Glory. Glory wins by 62% of the vote.
It's
Glory
hard to really get you can't really get a real hold on this voting group to have stuff like this win sometimes. Because you feel like, is it an older group or is it a younger group? How's Glory gonna win? It's so strange. I'm down with Glory winning, but I'm surprised with this group of people.
Do they still show Glory in school?
Oh hell no!
What?
Because I mean, that was like a permission slip. Like we're gonna watch TV for a week, and then
you can't read Catching the Ride anymore in school, let alone watch Glory.
Sure, but it's like I wonder for how long did they show Glory as like a mandatory, social studies or history class watch, and when did they kill that?
Roots. They were showing Roots for a long time,
right? And see, and I grew up here in Oregon, and I went to school in California as well. I never saw, Roots in school, but I did see Glory, and I got to read The Catcher in the Rye, and I had to read The Great Gatsby and all that other, a bunch of different stuff that you can't read no more. I got a copy of The Light in the Attic around here in the house somewhere. I think I tripped over it in my daughter's room last night.
So God is truth. I mean, because I'm not sure how it was out here, but no, in elementary school, middle school in Philly, we had different. Like I talked to some black people out here, they didn't have to do the same thing we had to do. We had to sing the Black National Anthem every fucking day. I know that song, at least the first verse, by heart. We have to do that. We have to sing that. We all that kind of good shit. So
rejoicing, rise high as the glistening skies.
Let us
march on till victory is won.
Oh my God! There you go.
I learned that in elementary school in Brooklyn. Like,
we had to.
I know that like the back of my hand. All the verses.
I grew up in Springfield Gardens. Never.
Yeah, we had to listen. We had to do the Pledge of Allegiance, and we had to do the Black National Anthem. We had to sit up for it every single day.
Yeah, I don't think I ever heard the words to that until after I had graduated from college the second time. Because I grew up in Oregon and I spent a few years in California, but there's a really weird like Klansman's history in the state of Oregon. Something you Google up if you ever have some time to burn. It's disturbing.
All right, let's get going. Boyz in the Hood versus Malcolm X. Boyz in the Hood wins by 67% of the votes.
Wow.
I was singing. Say that again.
Boyz in the Hood versus Malcolm X. Boyz in the Hood wins by 67% of the vote.
Dope Boy smoked Denzel
over Malcolm.
This what I be talking about. The jiggers be like the stuff they not supposed to like over the stuff that's they supposed to like.
Is it hard for anybody else to go back and watch that after watching Radio?
Wait, which one? Malcolm X or Boyz in the Hood?
Boyz in the Hood.
No, I watch Boyz all the time.
You missed the joke.
Because
Harvey got it.
I got it.
I'm not gonna lie.
He went full in that movie. No, Radio was a terrible film, by the way. But
Radio was horrible. It was horrible. Radio was horrible.
They put some Halloween teeth in his mouth and just let him run off. Like,
oh my goodness!
They gave him a pack of chiclets and a microphone. That was it.
Oh my God! All right, so Menace to Society versus Ray. Menace to Society wins by 52% of the vote.
It's a tight one. That's a tight one.
Coming to America versus Lean on Me. Coming to America wins by 69% of the votes. And then The 5 Heartbeats versus Bad Boys.
No, we already know what was going to happen in this.
5 Heartbeats.
On Facebook.
So I got to pull the guns out?
On Facebook, the 5 Heartbeats wins by 55% of the votes. On Twitter, Bad Boys
100%.
wins by 77% of the vote, which means they win by 61% of the vote.
I'm disappointed in you, Twitter.
That's so bad.
It's because Elon bought it. I'm blaming it on Tesla.
If only we could use that as an excuse.
Right?
Oh my goodness.
So, like I said, I needed to buy. Menace to Society has to buy. It was the lower part. Menace to Society got to buy. All right. Now we got So this is the quarterfinals. We got Black Panther versus Glory. Black Panther wins by 67% of the vote.
So
she's on mute, but I heard all that.
because I was seeing like Glory been skating now. Hold on.
Skating.
I mean, and Glory's a great film.
Let me not say skating, but in my opinion, the last matchup Glory was in, Glory should have lost. So now for you to be here against Black Panther, and we act like if this was even a fucking question, like I was going to be upset.
Glory is a better film. Glory's better than Black Panther.
I really want to like you, but you make it so hard.
Wow.
What are you talking about? It's a better.
It is. I feel like the recency bias is hurting. I feel like
I understand that, but literally before we did this bracket, we talked about how Black Panther had everything: cinematography, direction, music, costume, everything, every category checked. So what are we talking about? Like,
what is Glory missing? If Black Panther had everything, what didn't Glory have?
So God is truth. Glory had better acting. I will say that.
That's because
Glory
Morgan Freeman old ass is in it. That's why.
That's cheating, first of all.
Morgan Freeman is Jimi Hendrix, by the way.
Denzel, Morgan Freeman, and James Earl Jones. You cannot use their voices in or those people. That's cheating. Like cheating.
It is kind of a cheat code.
So it has better acting. However, though, I gotta go with Cam with this one. I do think Black Panther is an overall better movie. I'm going to put on record though. I do think that Glory has better acting, 100% better acting. All right, but everything else has to go to Black Panther because it's updated.
It's updated. So, but then you're punishing a movie because of when it came out.
No,
that doesn't seem fair. But you're saying update?
No. I'm saying that it's not our fault that it came out in '89. It's not our fault it came out in '89. I mean, I can't really punish it because it came out when it came out. Everything evolves. So listen, me personally, I have to go Black Panther here. I'm not saying
opinion.
It's all opinion. Yeah.
But if Glory was shot now, I don't think it would be as good. Now,
right?
Agreed. No. If Glory was shot, that's hard because I really think that if Glory was shot now, but there wasn't no Glory.
You wouldn't have Morgan Freeman though.
The point is, if it was shot now, it wouldn't be as good because Glory is raw.
Yeah,
Glory needs to be raw. It don't need CG. It don't need all that extra. It's raw because of the time when the movie's supposed to represent. It's better suited that way. It needs to look old. Black Panther, like it or not, is fantasy. It needs to look beautiful. Like that. It needs to look beautiful. The remnants of Black history and how it represented is beautiful, but it's a fantasy story. Glory has to be old school looking. It's how represented. It's why Denzel got his Oscar for that. The acting is phenomenal. His first two, it's phenomenal acting. And I love Black Panther, but Glory, it's a better film to me. That's just not.
I mean, again, I wouldn't be mad if Glory won. I mean, God, truth. I mean, it is what it is. All right.
I would have been mad if it lost at a close call, like 51%.
At this point in the bracket, and you know, we were talking about this in our chat, and DeAndre had pointed this out. So I was watching Black Panther beat movies that I was like, okay, it's a Marvel film. Like it's like saying that okay, it's a Iron Man or Captain America, whatever, right? It's a Marvel movie. It's the MCU. And I didn't really get the draw at this point until it beat Glory in this round. And I was kind of in the chat talking about it a little bit. And, you know, for me, I was like, what is everybody so in love with Black Panther about? And I couldn't really figure it out. And then I something just sort of clicked and a bunch of blocks came back down. And you know, I feel like I played Tetris in my brain and cleared some rows.
And I was just thinking, I was like, you got a couple rows of Tetris.
You know, and it just all of a sudden they just doop, and I'm like, oh shit, I think I'm on to something here. Like I don't get it, you know, or nothing yet, but I mean, I think I'm on my way. And I've realized that, you know, what does Black Panther not have that Glory does? And it's in Glory. There's a few historical inaccuracies if you're really, really into it, you know, like my nerdy ass is. But there's no one in Black Panther that has less melanin in their skin that steps up to save the day.
He tries. He gets shut. You don't speak here,
right? And I'm thinking about this, and I'm going, Black Panther is a film, is a story where it is the success of Black people for the sake of success of Black people by Black people.
Mm-hmm.
And not a lot of movies do that. And when they attempt to do it, they don't do it well. And Black Panther is one of these films where I'm like, oh, okay. And I almost felt dumb for a minute when I finally like locked in for me. Like that's why Black Panther is so good, is because it's just entertaining and good, and it's successful for its own sake, and not because somebody else, you know, gave it a hand up or gave it a hand out or you know, did anything for it. It is just a good movie for the sake of being a good movie.
It's FUBU if FUBU never got sold.
That's fair.
That's interesting. I will just say, I know I'm older than everybody. For me, as a lover of Black film, the idea that you can have two Black movies go up against each other and it's a fair fight with two good Black movies, and one of them's going to win, one's going to lose, because for a long time we didn't have so many good Black films to let Jimmy go up against each other. It took a minute. How long it took us to get. And to be honest, I'm not the biggest Marvel person, but for me, superhero movies, I loved Spawn. I think Spawn was great. I love Blade. I think Blade was great. So to me, so those aren't like, this isn't like the first Black superhero to me. I feel like it might be the best, but I think it encapsulates everything that we've been waiting for in film. It covers everything. It covers us. Glory is just, that's different. It's historical. It hits some foul shit that's happened to us. With actors that we know, with that one tear. It's just the whip and all the stuff that happens to it. I think I'm biased in terms of just how I don't know. Go ahead, Cam. What are you gonna say?
I just have a quick question because you were speaking and my brain did something in the background. And I think I know why, because there's a lot of movies that didn't get, but I'm just like, so it's like stuff like the Amistad and stuff like that. Are we just gonna act like that? Like, are we just gonna, because we like it was too much? Are we just gonna?
Amistad isn't anything either.
Give us free.
There's a lot of like hard hitting stuff, and only like the top layer got slightly skimmed and included.
Again,
granted, I know you keep saying like
no.
These people, Rotten Tomatoes,
Rotten Tomatoes did this, but it's only 104 movies. I mean, there are plenty of Black movies that could.
We could have replaced Amistad. We could have cleaned out maybe Stomp the Yard could have gotten a hook, and we slip Amistad in instead.
Yeah, like the more I think, the more I'm just like, wait, if we're picking to talk about a movie like this, it makes me think of boom, and another movie comes to mind, and I'm just like,
there's a lot of
Black people working Rotten Tomatoes.
Not a lot.
No, not a lot. There's not a lot.
If y'all want to call me Rotten Tomatoes,
this matchup though, it really made me look at how I'm looking at all of these movies, because I know that I would have chosen in the past, and you say, hey, read me off your top 5. I would have gone almost all biopics, more than likely. I mean, like 42. I absolutely love 42, but there's an underlying theme there where the underlying theme is always that overcoming of adversity, which makes for great Hollywood film. But how many black people want to see other black people get shit on for 2 hours and then get, something cool at the end for a minute? Like, I mean, I definitely can understand why Black Panther has the draw that it does.
We like a balance. We are okay with the real. We also love the stuff where we get to see biopics and things like that, where we get to get further into it. But I think Black Panther was so big because, one, it was inclusion. Two, it was an opportunity for us to imagine what life would have been like had we been untouched by outside world. Like, you know what I mean? It gave us so many layers of things that we probably have thought about or have crossed our mind. We always wonder, and you always like, it's almost like when you read a book, you create the world for yourself in your mind.
Right.
It was that, but like a library worth in 2 hours. Like, and so, yeah. I will stop bragging. I already told you guys I love this movie. I'm gonna let us move on.
All right. So to finish the quarterfinals, we have Friday versus Coming to America. Coming to America wins by 70% of the votes. And then last matchup, because like I said, Menace got a bye. We got Boyz n the Hood versus Bad Boys. And Boyz n the Hood wins by 74% of the votes.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
Now we have the semifinals. And we've got 4 movies left. Got Black Panther versus Coming to America.
You know how that goes. Just say it.
No. So Coming to America did win by 74% of the votes.
What?
However, though, I do think it's disrespectful on this part alone. On Facebook, it won by 94% of the votes.
In the quarterfinal, this should all be way closer than that.
It should be closer. I'm not saying that. Listen, I think Coming to America should win, but it should be closer.
Unless there's that many just absolutely hardcore fans of Coming to America. I mean, it's possible, but I don't know.
And then we have Boyz n the Hood versus Menace Society. Boyz n the Hood wins by 76% of the votes.
This is an unlikely final round. I never thought
so
that Boyz n the Hood versus Coming to America.
As my cousin Chris said, yes, the final 2 is Coming to America. No, sorry, number 14, Boyz n the Hood, versus number 32, Coming to America.
Exactly. Them rankings don't make any sense.
So, before I say who the winner is, a couple of things. One, I did this black tournament because the first 3 tournaments I did, black movies wasn't represented well. I did superhero movies, wasn't represented well. 80s movies, black movies was represented well, and 90s movies, black movies was represented well. So I did the black movies because we needed to celebrate our movies. Like them or not, we have over 104 movies that's in this bracket, and then way more that probably should be on here. So I want to just talk about that and get praise and roses where roses are and praise to do. Mm-hmm. All right.
We should do a show version.
Man, we should do a podcast, guys.
All right. So
a black stuff podcast.
With that being said, I'm going to say the 2 again. Like I'm going to ask all 4 of you to pick who you think will win, which I probably know already, but I do this every bracket, so I'm going to do it. Cam, Boyz n the Hood versus Coming to America.
I like Boyz n the Hood, but it shouldn't have made this far as Coming to America.
Dwayne?
Well, I mean, my bracket was broken because I had in the finals was Cool Runnings against Radio.
Wait, was Cool Runnings not included either?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't even in here.
Sanka, you're dead man.
But no, there's so much for everyone in Coming to America that I have to pick that. It's just a juggernaut of a comedy movie.
Harvey.
I love Coming to America, but it wouldn't have gotten my vote in this case. I think in the end, this final vote fits the way this whole vote's gone. It's a comedy versus drama. What do we like more? Do we like to laugh more, or do we like thinking, or do we like, I don't know. And for me, I'm more of the drama head. So that's what I would have picked, but I don't think that's what happened.
All right. And Chris.
I'm gonna go with the unpopular opinion. I'm picking Boyz in the Hood.
All right, so it's 2-2. Obviously, I'm gonna come to America. I mean, obviously,
I want to pick Harvey's brain so bad. Like, I need to spend more time with Harvey because I'm just like, I get it. I don't deny that Coming to America is 100% comedy, but I feel like there's so much more to it than just the laughs. Because if not, it would have fell into. I think it would have fell, along the wayside a long time ago. I feel like it offers just like so much more that like kind of gets addressed, but at the same time, just in a funny way. Like I don't know.
I think that's why I hear you, but I think because it's almost a victim of its own success. It's so funny that it's hard to take the other stuff seriously. Coming to America has black royalty. But are you really focused on that? Or are you focused on the fact that my man wakes up and he gets service properly on his birthday because he's a prince? You understand what I'm saying? There's wealth. He's his own money. But the fact that he's on his own money is funny, as opposed to there was black wealth. That's the problem. It's so good on the comedy side that it takes away from the stuff we could learn from it.
It's almost a parody of what black people really want. Like it's making fun of what black people really want. So, but I don't know.
Black business. It's a black man with a family with a nice house, black business, but they chop it down because it's copying McDonald's. It's these little should do stuff,
right? It's like a parody, right?
That's the problem. There is so much good to it. You got this guy who is rich, his family is doing so much, and he's dating the girl, but they're making money off of Soul Glow. You have these options that can be important, and then they get chopped by the comedy.
But my thing is, okay, I guess I'm just different because I'm like, to me, I never took it as, it never got chopped for me. Because my thing is, I know some people always look at things and assume like it's stereotypical or taking a negative. Wait, hold on. I hope you can still hear me because my headphones are taking a negative fashion. But like, I never took any of those as a bad thing because, like, for instance, for the McDowell situation, McDowell versus McDonald's, right? They're like, yeah, he owns his own business, he's running it, but it's a copy. But I'm just like, and how many times have we come up with an idea and it got copied and they made money and ran off with it? So I'm like, to me, I'm like, that's not a problem.
What's your hero to most?
That's why I was just like, and the same thing with the Jerry curl situation, because I'm just like, who wears Jerry curls? Us. Who should be making money off the Jerry curls? Us. Like, that's why I was like, to me, it's like, it's what I want it to be. So I'm just like, I don't know. I process things a lot differently from other people.
You see it the way I think you see it the way that Eddie did, because he was one of the writers of the movie. You see it the way we're supposed to. I'm not sure all white people I don't think they can look up past the superficial. They laughing at it. They don't recognize that there's some underlying parts to it. They don't see Arsenio as the pastor. Meanwhile, but he has a bunch of women on stage with him in bikinis.
But it's not, to me, that's the genius. Like, I feel like to make something loved by everyone and understood by everyone on the level that in which they're supposed to understand it at the same time. I feel like that's like speaking multiple languages. Like, it's like you're code switching, but not code switching. Like, you're speaking the same language, but everybody that's supposed to get what they gets what they like. Okay.
Most people love that movie, but not everybody loves it for the same reason.
Yeah, I get it. Some people just take the humor and just, go off with just that. That's
Well,
sad.
It's like TV now. Cartoons, kids love it, but we love it too because you got adult humor in there that the kids don't pick up on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's so
SpongeBob is
to
for
this-
adults.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to Masturbators.
Disney loves drawing dicks on stuff, though.
They do.
Oh, that's true.
They 100% do. So yeah, that guy a little debateful right there. So I'm just gonna go that Coming to America wins. Coming to America wins by 73% of the votes. 73% of the votes. All right. So according to Twitter, the people that voted on Twitter and the people that voted on Facebook, Coming to America wins. Now I would like to say this though. We thank everyone who votes, who listens, everybody. Don't matter if you like the votes or not. We do thank you for participating. However, though, by average, this was the lowest amount of votes that we had.
That's tough.
Because they can't relate.
By
Can't vote on something that's
you're true. You're true.
That's why it needed to be done.
Mm-hmm. And that's what, yes.
Yeah.
So we thank you for that. All right. Okay. So Coming to America wins my favorite movie. Brah. I was going to put a clip of Ricky getting shot, but
oh, Dre not forever gonna AB shit. Like,
but I'm not. All right. So listen, stay tuned for next time for our next bracket, where we'll be doing comedies.
You're doing 100. You're doing black porn stars.
104 black porn stars.
see, I was gonna say like once a month or once every 2 months, or even if it's just like twice a year, y'all should do black stuff like brackets for R&B, 90s R&B, brackets for like. There's so much stuff. Like, oh my god,
We could do a versus type thing. Oh my goodness, black R&B.
masturbators versus, which is kind of flashbacks. Is masturbators was versus?
Yeah, our name was versus.
Yo.
So we are doing comedies, but we are taking a month off. I know I always say I'm taking off and I don't do it. I'm actually going to take the month off.
Get your rest.
Yeah,
I'm gonna mark my calendar because $20 you don't go a whole month.
20, double it, 40.
No. I said $20.
You trying to buy diapers?
Right? You're damn right. I'll take that.
I'll bet you a pack of diapers.
I bet.
We'll get you them little ones.
We talking about them good ones.
I already put 2 kids through diapers. I know exactly how much them little bastards cost.
Shit, yes, they do. Listen. So our next one, but we are gonna do the comedy show. We're gonna do the comedy show sometime in the next 2-3 weeks. And just because I do it so the comedy movies, 104 comedy movies of all time. And just because I do it every fucking tournament, I am going to give the finals. Okay? The finals is The Princess Bride versus Blazing Saddles.
And I called it.
In comedy?
I called it.
Comedy, The Princess Bride versus Blazing Saddles.
I was in the chat and I called that shit.
Okay?
Y'all saw it. You were there.
So, when we get back, and again, we want everybody to keep giving us ideas. None of these ideas come from us. These are your ideas that you want us to do. So after comment, so we come back on October 1st, we will be doing horror movies.
Yes.
We'll be doing horror movies. And then after that, it's going to be 2000s movies. And then because somebody really, really wanted this, it's going to be top 104 hip hop songs.
Of what? See, I hate when people be doing this.
All of
If
them.
we didn't do a time frame for movies, can we really do a time frame for music?
Yeah, just 104
But my thing is, if you just, and granted, I know hip hop has a beginning, but I'm just like, we're talking at this point, we're talking about decades upon decades upon decades. Come on, man.
I already had the bracket up. So,
I understand, but I'm just like, that's a, I'd be overwhelmed when there's too many options. I'm just like,
what's the number one seed? Just tell me what the number one seed is.
Nas, New York State of Mind.
What?
Don't say what. Don't say what.
Number one seed is Nas, New York State of Mind.
And it's the album, not a song, right?
No, it's the song.
It's just
individual song, not
individual
album.
song.
Okay.
The person that asked me to do hip hop songs, I am doing hip hop songs. So Nas, New York State of Mind, and it's coming from the Cleveland only website that had more than 100 fucking songs on there. So the Cleveland.com. Okay. So
what's the play-in? Give me the play-in.
Okay. Play-in.
Just one.
I got you both now. So the play-in is Outkast, Miss Jackson versus Pusha T featuring Kendrick Lamar.
Nostalgia?
Nostalgia.
What?
Okay,
oh
the
my
rest of this
God.
bracket-
I don't want to be on this show.
Let Chris
I don't
do.
wanna be on
Let
this
Chris
show.
do the hit. Let Chris do
I
that.
don't want to be on this show.
I'd rather do the horror.
And then Chief Keef featuring Little Reese, Don't Like.
Okay, really?
Versus Most Def, Miss Fat Booty.
Oh, good
That
God.
is the 4 play-in.
None of it.
I did not make these.
I'm gonna keep my peace.
I don't want to be a part of this.
All right,
the rest of the bracket had best be fire because
Let
those
me-
play-ins should not be play-ins.
Okay, and then after that, we're gonna do rom-coms.
I love
Black porn
rom-coms.
stars.
After that, we're gonna do rom-coms.
If you're doing rom-coms, I might have to
Black
tap
porn
Darren
stars
in
a
and
long
drop her
time
off.
ago.
in
How
front
you
of
gonna
Mike.
bracket? You got 104 black.
You got 104.
porn
Listen, you know how big my arm would be.
stars? Ew.
Be about that big.
We don't gotta do 104. We can do the top 50.
Jesus,
15 seconds at a time.
I think.
Lord.
We were supposed to do it a long time ago.
Let me finish. Damn it! All right, we
That's
got
what she said.
We got rom-coms next. We got
It's
sports.
not
Please
104
let it-
rom-coms.
Please.
It is 104
Let it-
rom-coms.
What rom-coms are so common?
Yeah. Fucking Coming to America's a rom-com. So I mean,
Technically.
yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, I guess we got our next winner.
Damn it.
no.
No, it'll be The Notebook. The Notebook is going to win.
The Notebook's not a rom-com.
Oh, hell no.
Rom-com mean romantic comedy.
Yeah, no, the Notebook is straight up drama. That's
Trash. All right, anyway, so
What?
listen.
What's that movie with Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis?
Friends with Benefits.
Yeah, that's a
Ooh.
rom-com.
All right, so next
Notting Hill is going to win.
Best comeback story.
Next is sports movies. And then after that, it's
It's
action.
104 sports movies?
Yes, I found it. 104. I got the bracket already up. And
Okay.
then the bracket I found after that will be action movies.
I vote for Like Mike as my sports movie.
Like Mike is on there. I will is on there.
Feel the
But-
dream.
Air Bud better be on that motherfucker.
I think everybody's on there as well.
What? Wait.
All right, listen.
Loving basketball. So now learn how to play basketball just to do that move.
All right.
Oh, God.
So and
You
love
do
bas-
well.
and loving basketball is on there as well.
Damn right it is.
All right, listen. So, all right, and then after that, because I didn't make the breakfast feeds yet, but people asked for them. There are classic rock songs. 104 classic rock songs.
Oh, I got you.
104.
I'm in.
Dwayne said I could finally do this.
Yeah.
I'm down for rock too. I'm in for the rock one, so let's do that.
104 sitcoms.
Okay, kinda matters.
Sitcom.
Sitcoms.
We
Yes.
finna argue about Friends again. Okay.
Fuck French. Anyway,
Fuck Seinfeld.
104.
Facts.
Whoa,
Fuck
chill out with the
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld. Hold
Fuck
on.
Seinfeld.
Wait
A hun-
a second.
a
What
hundred-
theater of Seinfeld is a fuck. You know what? Okay.
Seinfeld is a highlight reel.
Seinfeld.
104 cartoons.
Skip that one.
Scooby Doo.
104 cartoons. And the last one that I have right now, because Boondock definitely be on there.
Tom and Jerry.
And then the last one that I have for right now is 104 video games.
Yeah.
Franchise.
Madden.
Call of Duty.
Franchises.
is gonna win.
Franchises.
Oh, Call of
Duty
Duty.
is gonna
Combat.
win.
Call of Duty do take my money. Call of
I'm sorry.
Duty do take my money.
Or NBA
Halo,
2K. It's only
All
going to
Out.
be those two. That's the two. That's
Grand
the two
Theft-
top one.
Grand Theft
You know
Auto.
how many people love to buy Madden to pretend they're good at Madden just to be
Correct.
trash at
I'm
Madden?
trash at
Like-
Madden. but I'll make my own player.
Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto haven't made a
Yeah.
game in 10 years.
It's coming out next year.
It's
Or
still
2
That's
years.
what they
It's the
say. They said
promise
that
of-
5 years ago.
Anyway,
That's-
so those
Halo.
are our brackets. Those are brackets going to come coming up.
And
If you
porn
have-
stars, top 50 porn stars.
If you
Black
have an
porn
idea,
stars.
if
Black
you have
porn
an
stars.
idea outside of black porn stars,
I'm just saying, black
I'll
porn
do it.
stars don't get enough credit.
Do you want to look at that
Y'all
many
did
dicks?
a white
Because,
porn
I mean,
star
Just
list.
let Chris do the episode by himself so he could look like that guy from what was that cartoon South Park, like with the computer by himself.
Go click through. Go click through the first 10 pages on the stars menu on Pornhub. And tell me how many dicks you look at.
Okay. Stars? What?
This
Like
took a
straight up.
It really did. Okay, so that was our show. Coming to America 1. Listen, I'm gonna call on you, plug what you need to plug, and say goodbye to people. Chris.
Oh, y'all always know I always come with an album. We're gonna go today with The Roots. And then You Got Me, written by the wonderful shit. What is her name? Jilly from Philly. Jilly from Philly. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always gonna plug my wife. Don't follow me, follow my wife at Mommy Wifey Foodie. Also at the Philly Brow Lady. Yeah, that's all I got.
All right, Harvey.
I got a bunch. Men Are the Prize, my podcast, safe space for men to be open, vulnerable, and talking about stuff. That's one. Love is Black podcast with my wife, Carice. Favorite person in the world. We talk about relationships. We talk about it all. Bracket Bastards. When I'm done being all serious and stuff, talk about randomness on Bracket Bastards. Follow my wife, Carissa Gare. Follow the Myo Spot. She's a myofunctional therapist. If you don't know what myofunctional therapy is, look it up. If you have children, if you have a hard time sleeping, if you have sleep apnea, if you're using a CPAP, all of these things that can be dealt with by myofunctional therapy. So check that stuff out. Otherwise, you type in Harvey Legare, you're going to find me in a multitude of places. That's it.
All right. Dwayne.
I'm still out here doing tree stuff. I haven't even told you guys about this yet, but Meyer Tree Works LLC now has a CCB number. I got my my license and my bond and my insurance and all my stuff. So when I'm not playing National Guard full time, nights and weekends, I'm out here pruning up and cutting down trees and stuff. But I also wanted to thank the four of you guys for being patient, being open, and helping somebody learn, right? And that's something that I think I say a lot, on this show and on the I guess we'll call it the vanilla version of Mass Debaters, right? The flagship show. I like to listen to learn and not necessarily listen to respond. And I learned a lot going through, these movies and kind of the why and looking at votes and kind of understanding what makes people tick. And I really enjoyed that. And you guys have been a big part of that, awakening, that education, that journey for me. So I appreciate all four of you for that.
All right, and Cam.
Man, I love me some Dwayne. I don't have nothing to plug unless you looking to hire an educated Black woman for a job that pays over $70K, because my job is pissing me off. I will probably not be here for all of these brackets just because y'all be raising my blood pressure. As far as for the whole sleeping thing, I'm gonna look into that because I've just been using THC when I can't sleep. So I'm gonna look into that because that seems healthier. But what I will plug, and I always think every once in a while it's good to remind yourself, forgive yourself, be kind to people. You don't know what other people are dealing with on a day-to-day basis. They may be pissing you off, but you don't know what they're dealing with. Give people some grace, or at least the same amount that you would want someone to give you. And just try to make the world a better place. Have a good night, y'all.
Okay, and thank you so much. We are out.